and it all goes awry, where they get caught somewhere around.
Warum ist was denn, dass du gute Laune bekommst? Ich habe gute Laune. Ich habe einen Red Bull in mir.
And it all starts to go pear-shaped. So, Shifters, can they try and weather the storm in the early stages and get to a win, or can KC see themselves pressed into another undefeated streak?
I think Reaper is trying to listen to Zeph. I think they're trying to like zone out the noise. I don't know if those noise cancelling headphones are good enough to get rid of all of it. Because for me right now, I'm still getting deafened.
Javan raus, Ash raus, Karma offen. Karma rauf, ohne Ash, Seraphine, ohne Nautilus, ohne Javan. Orianna auch offen. Okay, nein. Okay, auch noch offen.
That's why Roadshow's in the LEC is so great. In Pick Ban, Orianna gets let through to KC. Okay, about that.
Yeah, Orianna incredibly strong, pairs so well with basically everything that comes through from the jungle. Fantastic team fighter, does lack a little bit on sides, so I have to see what Shifters have planned here.
Pantheon raus, Javan raus, Sinsao ist offen. Das heißt, sehr offensichtlich Sinsao Engelright. Frage, ob Sinsao auf 2. Kannst du machen, du kannst Ezreal gehen auf dem hier. Ja, und dann Sinsao auf 3. Oder du antwortest Mitte mit Rice. Bean, der ist retired.
That'd be a major mistake. So they get the 2v2, but as you said, the cost could be great as KC. Do they get the Nocturne here? The question is, up in the sky is Caitlyn Bard instead.
Guter Draft, sehr guter Draft, first free.
Oh, they love it. They know how good it is.
Rice, Sinsao, Azir. Okay. Die werden überfahren im Early Game.
Azir gonna be the answer on the opposite side. Orianna.
Early und Mid-Game werden überfahren.
And the Caitlyn won't fully get pushed, I believe, into this Ezreal Karma in the early stages, but can over the course of time start to whittle that down. So KC still have strong lanes that they can try and play around. And as you say, we've seen what Busio's Bard can do. It's devastating coming over from Mene.
I do like on the other side though for Shifters, at least if we're talking comfort, they've got a bit of it themselves. We already mentioned Paddock on the Ezreal, but Nuke, Azir here, like bread and butter, man. This is nice to see in their first game. As we go to the next ban. So Nocturne, we talked about first thing taken off the board by Shifters.
Yeah, the Nocturne Orianna combo, incredibly strong. So that is going to see Wayside. I still think the Ika's option.
Und bringen wir nicht Nocturne mit Orianna, weil sie Botlane securen wollen. Ash schon raus, Nautilus noch raus, dann werden die Lucian Milio-Ban und Caitlyn Bard. Die Kombos zusammen und dann hast du keine Botlanes mehr.
Even if you really want to, something like the Vi as well can be that engaged tool that you want. It's just a case of how do KC want to try and orientate themselves and still. I'm wondering what Kana wants to take in towards this top side. Well, that's the thing. We've seen him go more towards these kind of carry top laners at the moment as well.
Sound weg.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and continue up on that.
Na, offen, Renekton offen. Die werden gebannt. Die sollten Skarner bannen, Casey. Jace bannen. Okay. Jace bannen schreit nah.
The Gwen gone as well would say to me that they do want something like the Cassandra or some sort of tank. But Rooster, like, wants to play carries. We've seen it before. So this is where you kind of end up in this awkward standoff of, okay, who's going to fight first? Because the Varus, the Jace have kind of been the two go-tos. Vayne also kind of sitting up there in those carries.
Ja, wenn du jetzt nah pickst, dann kommt Vayne. Wenn du jetzt am besser pickst, dann kommt Vayne. Oder Renekton. Ich meine, die blicken es als Flex, aber...
More than likely going top though.
But if it does, I mean, a Renekton hit for KC would be the.
Sollte obviously nicht Toplane gehen.
Flexibility might mean that you're just going to neutralize instead of kick into it.
Exactly. If you take the Renekton, then Vayne opens up on that top side. You can try and look for something with a little bit more range, make things a bit more uncomfortable. So.
I mean, es ist ein guter Flex, right? Es ist ein guter Flex. Es zwingt so ein bisschen.
You basically have to read this.
Okay.
Not knowing what you're going into.
Ja, ich weiß, horrible.
With a different team, I'd say once upon a time that would be a Vi top. As a flex, but obviously we're past that. Vi for Yike, a bit of a meme in the past. It was his worst champion. I think this year has been better. As we're going to hold on this one for now.
It is a Busio hover. He does like to hover the Vayne. But is this legit? Is this going in towards that top side? I feel like this could be the angle, to be honest.
You don't think it's too dangerous with that flex? Surely too dangerous.
Even then, I still think you can play it out, but he ends up taking the Nara instead.
So, okay, wenn du Vayne.
So now, this is where I think Rooster could end up like.
Statement Game von Bukada incoming oder Full Send.
A lot of these more ranged or
Oder Full Send. Hier bekommen 2 Minuten. Vayne Top Inc. Ja.
What if he did the Vayne Dagda? What if he did the Vayne? Please.
So, wir haben hier... Oh, Akali auch gut.
What's it gonna be?
Akali auch gut.
Oh, Akali top.
Ja, 3 LCK-Hausmeister hier in dem Game, guys. Enjoyed. Enjoyed. Das ist ein gutes Matchup auf Toplane. Sehr gutes Matchup auf Toplane. Und er ist auch Korean genug, um das zu spielen, tatsächlich. Also, das passt.
So for shifters, it's a funky draft, but one that I can see working, whereas for KC, ease of execution feels a little bit easier. Point and click with the Vi, followed with the Orianna. You've got good lockdown, good range to play with from the Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Like, I think KC's a bit more stock standard, but I kind of like what shifters are cooking.
They've got some angles, and they've got mobility against the Orianna engage, the ball delivery that's going to be easy, as you said, for KC. So, shifters, can they get through this strong early game that I feel like a few of our teams...
Ja, am besten ist ein bisschen problematisch, weil sie einfach sehr langsam ist, right?
Shifters, it is do or die. If they do not pick at least a game up, they're done. Even if they pick a game up and lose the series, it is only a matter of time, I feel. Heretics are in the grave. There's 3 more being built, being done.
Bean!
And shifters here to...
Sind sie sogar 4 LCKler? Stimmt, warte mal. Nee, 3, oder?
see
Yahoo, Kana und Rooster.
because the crowd is deafening.
Paduk, ja, 4 actually.
English broadcast.
4 Hausmeister.
You should really come out to one of these
Schau mal.
shows. I am just
Ja, hat recht. 4 Hausmeister hier gegeneinander.
come to Europe before coming to, you know, about 4 years ago. I've not seen passion like this.
It is always a very fun time. Especially when you go to places like, I mean, Spanish crowd the same, French fan has always delivered.
Shout out
I mean,
to Spain.
renowned since Worlds all those years ago.
W France, W Spain.
You know, in case you have to see if they can do what this crowd hopes and take shifters down a peg, maybe take them out altogether. Already, Paduk setting up early, wants to see if he can get some poke with Trimby.
Gut, Level 1.
Good, Electric comes through. Kalis wants to step up in order. We get
Gut gemeint.
instead. Busio just sits up
Ich sehe mit der LCK, Bruder, der hat am Ende nicht mal mehr LCK gespielt bei Longshim.
half HP. A good start here for KC's bottom laners.
Sag ja, Hausmeister.
Built over Peacemaker. Narrow
Gutes Level 1 von Casey. Auf Bot.
shifters 2v2.
So this is what we're talking about, right? In the early stages, it's very hard to get push against an Ezra and a Karma, especially when they play that far up.
Yep.
And you use the initial built over Peacemaker for poke onto Trimby. Doesn't mean that was like this starts to go on. That's where, as the built over Peacemaker gets a couple more points in it, you can start to answer back. So kind of look at level 4.
Top Matchup ist sehr gut für die Akali.
Where Casey would be trying to use
Ja, Maulin Potential Level 6.
here in the mid.
Spielt auch mit Ignite und Electrocute. Junge. Sehr aggressiv.
Shout out to shifters. Paddock. Arcane shift in. Mystic.
Das ist Janitor Asia.
Headshot back up.
Nee,
Built over Peacemaker.
Lawyer Asia.
Gets the electric.
Entschuldigung.
Mystic shot. And that Ian. Paddock going across.
Lawyer Asia ist es.
Paddock used the barrier though. Still, Kalist held onto that trigger finger. So the advantage is there for Kalist when it comes towards the effective HP bar, as long as he can hit that barrier. But it's already hyper aggression in the bottom side. Everyone fighting toe to toe for that lead.
And that 2v2 is spicy as hell. Trimby gets some good poke off as well as Wave gets pushed in. However, KC do have a ward here. Peacemaker into Paddock stops the back. And,
That's huge from Kalist. So
yeah,
what you
that's
usually
big.
want to do here is reset to get your early tier, and the hopes that then you can get back to lane before the Caitlyn can push this way.
Boah, aber jetzt sind die ja...
Now with that Peacemaker interrupting,
Die kriegen die Wave nicht rein, bisschen, oder?
Kalist should be able to match
Schafft Busius alleine?
on this push. Going to try and stop Trimby from catching this wave as Busio.
Schöner Sidestep.
But you end up with a
Waves in.
longsword, and then with that small advantage on the AD damage, you can actually push out these waves.
As Yike going into River looking for the scuttle contest. Bukata level 4 as well.
Keine Crap für dich, Jaik, oder nicht?
Then Bukata sees him there. This bout is going to kick off. Maybe with an Orianna could come first. Yeah, he's going to walk into
Ja, aus Conditions sind so scheiße.
around at half HP. Scuttle still in question here as Smite is available for Yike, but not for Bukata. Down it goes.
Oh.
Into the brush. Yeah,
Wow.
backed away. He had no mana.
Wow, dass er das bekommt.
Bottom Scuttle might just be taken by Bukata in response.
Duke had to catch
Stimmt, heute hier League of Legends.
despite him teleporting back in. So KC, they got the Scuttle Crab, will be able to back away.
Impressive, dass er das bekommt.
Going to be a little late, as you say, moving down.
Condition-wise sah das nicht gut aus.
But still, tense gameplay already from the get-go.
Feels like it's stemmed off that bottom lane, but I'm not surprised. Does feel like junglers.
Aber besser kann ich pro 2,50 Pulk und das meint doch.
Team as they are in most games, but
Glaub schon, also,
especially when they get to level.
also sie wurde ja genervt, der Q-Damage, aber ich bezweifle, dass es was daran geändert hat.
The Arcane shifts in and dodges both abilities.
Also die war ja legit 20 Sekunden schneller fertig als der Spawn, das heißt, sie muss gegrieft haben.
Arcane shifting in front of a Caitlyn Bard and then dodging everything. That's
War der Blue am Start. Hallo Juli.
It's exactly what you need. Like, you have to play aggressive in this lane if you want to try and contest. Find your moments to hit those arcane shots. And mystic shots, arcane shifts and mystic shots, but he's finding it well. So either way, it's just keeping things even. And again, this has kind of been Shifter's safe point. They end up playing well in the early stages. Like, Bukata's been able to get some good ganks off, and traditionally they've been having it, like, at least for a little last two series, had a bit of pep in their step in game one in coming out with these early gold leads. But it is kind of that 20 to 25 minute mark where things start to fall apart a little bit for them with people getting caught out. So we'll have to see against especially a team like KC that has really accelerated the game past that 20-minute mark. It's going to be a big test. As Yike
Stil von Jake, gut.
stealing away some stuff.
a camp up as well.
Gut von Jake.
Bukata will go back towards his Krugs, but a couple of camps here for Yike on the top side to clean out as well. Rooster walking back to lane. Note that he's
Bekommt auch Upgrade Smite, Bukata bekommt es nicht. So gut.
with the TP. While Kana gets the TP,
Also die nächste Crab ist wieder die von Jake.
maybe use that timer to move as he gets closer to the level 6. But for now, he's not hard pushing the wave, just last hitting, and gives him a bit of time here to play around the potential of maybe a jungle gank, maybe moving
It's,
after
I was
Rooster
about to say,
commit.
Rooster level 6 is a
Jesus.
Kana going to half HP.
Holy fuck.
Flashes it away, no!
Holy fuck.
He got ignited and solo kill by a
What the fuck?
No ignite comes in clutch.
Tschüss.
play by Rooster. Gets the reset, hits level 6 off the wave as he comes back, and immediately goes for the all-in.
Das war so crazy.
A chance.
Kana was half the way, and I thought, well, he'll build up, he'll pace, but Rooster just pressed the button. He didn't even flash in. He just dove him.
And that's what I was about to say. Level 6 for Akali in these matchups is the big point to look out for. And Kana just wasn't ready for it.
Free Rooster ohne Spaß, lasst ihn sofort raus.
Stick Alternator just really gave him that extra damage he needed.
Maybe Shifters find something else bot as well. Yike spotted out. Bukata with no ulti. Yike is a little bit closer. If he gets the scuttle, he will be 6. Bukata going to be contested. Yahoo here with Shockwave available. Magical journey in case they get Trimby up against the wall and execute.
Schön. Schön.
Had no chance, and Bukata flashes away from the Shockwave. Yahoo takes
Das ist crazy.
jungle and
Der ist wieder tot, oder nicht?
with Busio's Bard as Kana.
Wait a sec.
Kana, there's a flash available. Rooster will take it, but he doesn't get the extra.
Hat er sein E mistimed?
Was the next thing he looked
Oder sowas?
Kana goes into Maganar. He's ready to run up to the wave, knowing he'll get the health advantage, but Kana is getting schooled by some cockily doodly top laner.
Rooster not quite able to get the kill there. Bit of puff in the chest out, but not quite able to make the play happen. But still, pressure from Rooster.
Q-Buck.
AC who are winning on the bot.
Ah, the clock.
Confidence.
Okay.
As they will use that bar portal to reposition their bot lane in, immediately dive onto Trimby. And Baduk's just left kind of with his hands in the air going, what do you want me to do here? Like a great portal from Busio.
Klar, was macht denn? Was machen die Shitters denn hier?
And Yahoo just has to buy space. Knows that Bukata, without level 6, is not really a threat, doesn't really have the damage that he wants. So they're fine to make that play work.
He didn't want to commit in, holds onto his ulti. Yahoo also gets a flash out of Bukata when he presses R on this Orianna. So massive win for KC, as you said, in the bottom side. In the meanwhile, though, 900 gold lead for Rooster in top. We've talked about Rooster's laning. We've talked it to death. But I will say again, once more, he does feel like he's the shining
Was ist der Bug? I guess, dass der Q einfach nicht rauskam, der Damage.
team. Even if they end up going 0.
Obwohl er raus hätte kommen sollen.
People will
I
look
guess.
towards Summer and be like, yo, Rooster could be like, he's like a top 3, top 4 top laner in a league that is stacked with good top laners.
It's also a easier champion for him to try and make big plays on. Like, when you look at things like the Jace, it can be a little bit more team reliant, a little bit more on hoping you find that one good accelerated shock blast. Akali can kind of put herself into positions to be
Der geht auch noch lieb. Pellets hier am besser.
shifters. It may just be all in on this
Okay.
topside basket. Now,
Halte ich für sehr, sehr fragwürdig.
there's not really a big goal.
Am Poster nicht, ist wahrscheinlich ein Known-Bug.
It's
Und
kind
dann
of
kannst du
the
nicht machen.
jungle versus top. But at least KC have shown they have decent control over the bottom side at the moment.
That bottom side with the pickaxe, double longsword, good damage from Kalist. I mean, the lane was going pretty well for Shifters as Mega Knight used on Rooster as we go back to top lane. 20 CS is now the lead with the wave pushing in as Yike is getting topside grubs, which, I mean, is a nice win for KC considering that they have no pressure up here. There's a lot of kill threat. Yike might just be able to take 1 or 2 and then back away as Roosters stepping to contest.
I think it's the fact that Yehu has so much pressure mid. This was the reason why we don't traditionally see Azir picked into Orianna. Orianna outranges him. She tends to be able to bully him in, push the waves and punish him under tower. And Yike has been putting so much presence in towards the mid lane. There hasn't been many options for Bukata to really punish.
Akali, when using Akali performing Q flash combo, there's a chance that the Q ability visually hits the enemy, but actually deals no damage and does not trigger passive. All in 4 Bugs, ja. Also das sind einfach Bugs, die man kennt, deswegen darfst du nicht pausen.
Like there is a lot of kind of like playing by the numbers here for KC.
Nice early game. Nice early game for KC that already netted a dragon. Yeah.
Quasi nachteilig für mich, oder wie? Ja.
Shockwave before pulled out a flash. That flash for Bukata almost
So.
available. Want to see
Fertiges Gunblade.
public execution because so far
Fertiges Gunblade, kein fertiger. Wow, er geht wirklich Profane Hydra.
Shifters Nuke is going to set that up.
Schön.
In an Orianna to the
Schön.
leading arms. Here's
Ult.
Bukata. Oh,
Schön.
it connects. I wanted to see it.
Oh.
The counterplay. He waited, and the delivery was self-involved with Yehu.
Oh.
I was convinced
Schön.
it was going to be a
Wow, 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 wow.
at the level 6 for Bukata. They finally would find the play, but it's KC coming alive.
With a trap on Tremby's face. 90 caliber net. Tremby close to dying as Paddock has to run back as well. Ace in the hole, not going to be used by Kalist. Arcane shift forward as Paddock gets the shield, steps into Kalist. Again, feeling confident, but Kalist and Busio send Tremby back, burn his heel, and continue looking for plays down here as well.
Paddock still wants more. Busio taken very low. Paddock.
Was?
Paddock steps forward, heel comes out. Kalist now to 1.
Die haben alle Bock, ne?
He gets rooted up.
Der Hausmeister.
Not going to be burned. He flashes in.
Der Hausmeister hat Bock.
Now stuck in 1v1. Busio and Tremby close to dying.
Okay. Ein bisschen Aggressivität hier im Game. Finde ich doch toll.
Busio doesn't have flash available.
Ah, da habt ihr mich.
Step back heel a little bit, but in the bush he cannot risk it as Kalist and Paddock cancel each other out.
This bot lane is so intense between these two. Barely. Kalist is able to get one back, but Paddock and Trimby were the ones that were definitely on the front foot there.
Early game of Na'Vi and Fnatic was a bit of a snooze fest, Agda. Early game of KC and Shifters, I feel like I'm going to wet my trousers. Like, this is 6 kills, sure, but the explosive power.
So, für den, okay. Also die Sache ist, er spielt. Also die Sache ist, jetzt haben die hier ein Profane Hydra am besten. Das heißt, wenn die einigermaßen Fokus wird, direkt tot. Direkt tot.
But the problem is that in these fights, as you start to get your passive topped up for Paddock, your auto attacks are so intense that Kalist can't really match. Like, you want to abuse the range and slow poke here, but Paddock sees his moment. Ends up flashing forward, doesn't quite get the kill on Busio, but we're going for the invade instead.
Geiler Pick.
Once again, their target against the wall. He's got a cosmic binding, a trap.
Wow.
Comes in, yes.
Ja, dieser.
Carter gonna get out. A magical journey uses Kalist buys the space, getting up with Carter.
Sehr schön.
Ace in the hole, extra damage.
Der hat gewartet mit dem Auto-Attack, um den Kill zu bekommen.
His Via meme no longer as KC are getting this pace faster and faster.
We heard it from Yike himself.
GG. Game is over. 22 Uhr kriegen wir hin.
Jungler are very much in a talking point at this stage. They become so strong, and you can see it on the buy. The invades are perfect, the engages are beautiful, and the setup for KC is running away with this game.
And Bukata in fights like that, he's got Profane Hydra attack. He's squishy as Trimby was the one to get caught first.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do here, Trimby? Unless you can flash that immediately, but the traps are there, and Bukata tries to make this work, manages to get away from the trap before they can proc and step away.
Sofort Rooster, was 22 Uhr LCS.
And he gets the kill to boot.
Double kill, 4 kills in total. Yike is huge, 2.3k gold lead, and we started this game, this series.
Aber ist okay, wir machen das hier fertig.
Because Rooster solo killed Kana. That now doesn't matter because the rest of the map is melting. It's like at the end of Wizard of Oz when the bucket of water goes on the witch. Like, bro, that is rough. Casey, they're looking for a dive dag there. What do they do?
Oh,
Last Rooster going in.
Gegen Mist.
Busio into the shroud.
Oder wie viel Damage macht der Typ?
Gets healed up though, and there's Yike with a blind Q, the Vault Breaker. Rooster is stuck at.
GG.
The boys come to rescue as Kana will dodge a true shot barrage. Thank you, troops.
Is Superman in this game? There was fire
Ja, GG.
in the mid lane, and he's there to save Yahoo.
Nuke, Temper Fate dodged, but there's more men coming. Yike ready to set up yet again. He's got his Vault Breaker, or rather cease and desist, up and available in 5-10 seconds. But KC back away. They've done enough damage. Enough has been won in this top lane.
I feel for shifters, it feels like Yike is everywhere. They make plays, he stops them. They take a step back, he steps on their toes.
Boah, komm, der Akali-Topic ist gut gegen nah.
Way to get a foothold, but Yike is just taking their feeding out from
Ist gut gegen nah. Gibt sehr viele Cheese-Picks auf Toplane gerade.
It's a 4K gold lead at 14 minutes.
It's crazy.
This is becoming a stomp. I mean, again, I feel for Rooster because there's nothing he can do when he tries to go for the solo kill, but the whole map is unlocked. And we're having this huge discussion right now, like, yeah, Vitality top of the standings, but in terms of quality, are KC the best? Plays like this, games like this, you're starting to think, God damn, maybe they are. Because with their home crowd advantage, we now have to look, are they just going to take the Herald and everything as well? What can shifters do to stop the flow of this game?
It has to be trying to just slow the pace down. Find moments where they can work, especially.
Gegen nah gibt es auch einen Nicht-Cheese-Counter, außer vielleicht Jason. Ja, Jorik noch, ne?
But it's very difficult. Like, Yahoo's flashes back up after the initial play, makes it difficult then for Bukata and Nuke to find those plays that they would like to. And Yike has just been doing a stellar job of getting control. And even look at the vision that's been placed down by Busio as they clear through these plays, right?
Kann der Toplane immer noch nicht lane, ne?
Krugs on the opposite side is actually Kana, maybe still
Perfect
here.
execution, Tempered Fate.
Ja.
Kana came in wanting to public. He gets flushed away by Kana into the shroud, though there's TP. This is going bad for shifters. Rooster Cosmic Binding block.
Nein, Bro.
He wanted to escape, but it's Busio's bar.
Das ist halt unfortunate.
Everything connects.
Geht's ihnen super.
He can't do a damn thing to stop their own self in their tracks as Paddock comes in. There's a battle herald. The knockup, the class, the play.
Bro.
Trying to run away. Yike will jump against the wall. Vault Breaker in. Paddock's alive.
Was passiert hier?
KC, they've still got the
Oh mein Gott. Es ist so high pace. High pace. Super.
Herald charges. They can't do a damn thing wrong, Dagda.
It looked like it was going wrong, but the charge from the Herald still goes through. They managed to escape. Yike defends the mid. Kana's getting top. What is happening? This game has just gone out of control.
Ja, es kommt, ja. Und jetzt auch TP rauf bei Rooster, das ist Katastrophe.
For Busio, as he manages to lock down Rooster so he can't teleport away, immediately runs mid to help protect his jungler. As Yike uses the taxi to get on out, set up Nerdy for a kill up a duck. This one looks a little dicey.
Ist auch geiler Change, dass der Herald jetzt halt trotzdem noch charged.
Like, what is going on?
I don't know, but it is Bedlam, and I cannot believe afterwards because Herald got the charge on mid, then charges inner, and shifters couldn't even get a kill back. We come back to live, and Yahoo is soloing bot turret.
Oh, Kalista, I don't know if you win this one as much as you think.
90 caliber net stepping on a trap.
Jesus.
Headshot, ace in the hole.
Jesus Christ.
Again, Paddock gets out of
Nein, der ist auch noch tot.
Busio.
Bonk.
Busio comes in, he wants to kill himself. He wants to be part of the team.
Ja, die spielen das schon sehr, sehr gut. Und Shifters kommen gar nicht hinterher nach. Also die werden überrannt die ganze Zeit behind on Tempo und werden die ganze Zeit gepunished.
In chat.
Das ist schon sehr, 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 sehr gut von KC.
I mean, shifters have no shot.
Sehr, sehr, sehr gut von Nuke.
Shifters on pressing tab to see how many teleports on the enemy team. Because it feels like KC pop up out of nowhere. Every time. They are all over the map. And you see it here. It's just roam after roam. Yike coming out from after doing his Raptors immediately makes the play. You've got Kana, who's collapsing from the top side after he doesn't have to crash onto the wave. And Busio is in the perfect spot to auto-attack Paduk down and get the kill.
And Bukata is in a bad spot himself. Cease and desist.
Wow.
Shockwave in
Und es ist halt full Lethality, das ist halt nichts human, oder nicht?
as a slime.
At 18 and a half minutes, individual lead on the jungle and the mid laner are a team-wide lead for any other organization.
Bis später, Juli.
Are absolutely destroying Shifters.
You know, our fastest BO3 is 46 minutes and 42 seconds. At 18 and a half minutes, we are cresting an 8,000 gold lead and the end of game one. These are very different series today. And I do feel like KC have no equal at their own roadshow. And yes, it is easy to glaze them when you have this massive crowd behind us, cheering them up for every single play, every single moment. But
KC ist sehr gut. KC ist sehr, 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 sehr gut, to be honest.
The first stand 2025 version that looked unstoppable. Undefeated, I think they might stay as game one is not over yet, but I haven't seen a mistake yet.
I mean, heard from Yike on the desk yesterday. That's kind of what it feels like is the step up for 2026. Is just how consistent and how quickly they make decisions.
Gewinnt kann er jetzt Zeit? Niemals, oder?
On the same page.
Oh, fucking way.
I will follow you to the ends. And those ends are working right now for KC. The last outer tower is about to fall. And Shifters are just watching as the foundations crumble.
Rooster can't do anything. He's the most fed member of Shifters, the only one with a lead. But with the outer turret falling, 9,000 is the lead itself. Baron's up in 5 seconds. Not the fastest Baron here for KC, but it's easy to see how another couple of kills will lead to it.
Gegen spielt KC morgen gegen Benedikt tatsächlich.
Shifters right now are just thinking,
Alles okay, guys. Es ist in Ordnung. Es ist in Ordnung. Ich weiß, wo die Limits sind.
to throw this 9,000 gold lead, it just doesn't feel like this is in KC's style at the moment.
Ich finde das okay.
This is why Lucio's Bard is so feared. Like, that man was roaming everywhere in the early stage, working so consistently with Yike. Like, this jungle
Ich kenne unsere Limits.
has just been so clean this game.
Und wenn wir heute das Game mit einem Elder of Drake verloren haben und eine Entscheidung getroffen haben und Soul gegeben haben, dann ist da die Grenze.
Whether it's a Lulu's Inzao or now it's a Bard on the Vi, they are consistently getting vision. They control the game. They're always shadowing and covering. It feels so hard to get through the KC defenses.
Well, Shifters are going to have to try. Rooster gets rid of the control ward that is around Baron. KC are choking out vision. Mid, constant push. Yahoo moving up to top. Shifters trying to use Rooster to get that aggression to maybe help find a pick.
Wer ist der Sportdirektor von Fnatic? Hoffentlich bald ich. Dann kriege ich nämlich eine Menge Kohle tatsächlich.
The 3-item Vi at 21 minutes. Like,
That is absurd.
it's silly. Tempered Fate finds Trimby again. He's against walls. A Cosmic Binding, Vault Breaker. Flash from Trimby. It's nice. The Picard is there, hovering in fog of war, but he is 3.
Entweder das oder ich nehme Krepos Job. Wer auch immer es mir anbietet.
3 levels.
Ich nehme alles.
Watch this Karma for a Mountain Soul fight in a minute and a half. This game has not let up for a second. It feels like you blinked and KC are suddenly...
Würde ich eigentlich gerne sehen. Ich nehme alles.
Ezreal just to check for Baron, but the true shot barrage was going to be needed for this next fight. I mean, he'll get it back up. It's just Ezreal things with Trimby.
No flash, no hope.
Schön. Na, Start und Turn.
Dead again
Mit Bardolti. Nee, Bardolti nicht mehr ab.
in this game. Just seems like a monster task.
And this was what Shifters gambled with. They left open the Orianna thinking Ezreal Karma will get control.
Hat's Fnatic geschafft? Ja, morgen gegen KC holen wir uns dann den dritten Win in der Roadshow.
They'll be able to take this and still get to Dragon. Still keep a presence everywhere on the map. They're moving Paduk down to the bottom lane to try and get a tier 1 tower in response. And I don't think they can get through Karma.
Da musst du wirklich mehr arbeiten. Da musst du wirklich arbeiten.
See bottom of your screen, he looks pissed. And this is like one of those frustrating games where you know where it went wrong,
Bonk.
but how do you stop it? What do you learn from it?
Mach fertig. Wir haben noch 50 Minuten.
Just hovering.
Wir müssen noch durch eine Pause durchkommen und dann noch das zweite Game schauen. Mach fertig den Lachs.
This is just going to get mid-push with that Baron buff, and the siege begins. I think we're going to 10k real soon, Dagda. And as you said, I think we're going to Soul at 15 seconds. There's no stopping that from Shifters.
Let them eat dirt, feeling very correct right now. The KC log line that we gave him coming into today is just taking over.
Yeah.
This is absurd. Shifters desperate, fishing for a pick, hoping someone overextends. But there's a lot of members of KC here. Yahoo will spot out.
Oh, they're in a choke. Trimmy has no way of getting out. Shockwave.
Junge, also.
Oh,
Mach aus.
0-1.
Mach aus. Ist das krank.
And the crowd is hooing. for this
shock on Trimby's face, but it's just Yahoo waving goodbye. He didn't.
Ja, bei 100k gepoldet, ja, bei 100k für die Orga und 100k für mich. Richtig.
When does it end? This is demolition.
Ja, to be fair, ich hätte Bukada wahrscheinlich auch für einen Cheeseburger abgegeben, also auch okay. I mean, hey, well played an dich.
Over the wall, Yike threatens, tempered fate, gets one, guess what, Bukada caught out, and he's against the wall.
Das war eine 4-Mann-Ulti. Und das Match hat 0. Es ist scheißegal. Oh ja, ist reingeflasht. Ha? Ha?
Now Yike for the follow-up, a vault break into Shifters. He misses, but it doesn't matter either. Yahoo keeps stepping forward, and Dagda 3 died, but still it's an even trade despite the god-tier play from Nuke.
That was a huge play from Nuke, but the answer is yes, it's too late. The Mountain Dragon
To apologize.
because this
Ja, die Brieftasche ist riesig.
should have been the miracle the Shifters were looking for. Nuke makes the massive shuffle onto
0 Damage, das ist crazy, oder nicht?
KC, and still KC fight back down their bot lane, but with their mid-jungle gold lead, the wallets are just too big.
Like, Rooster did so much in that fight. He got Kalist. And he really is a saving grace of this game, but gold went up.
Casey sollte Rooster holen, Trust? Nö, passt. Ich meine, er ist sehr OP. Rooster immer noch, aber ich glaube, also es ist impossible. Schaut euch die Items an.
But that was a monster play and it was an even trade.
Lustige Einheit bekommen, es ist scheißegal, weil die Vayne ist so fucking OP. Die Vayne ist so broken. Die Vi.
But I don't know if Shifters have it in them to do that once more. And I think now, KC are going to be wise to their tricks. And Shifters would just have to give up the tower.
Yeah, he helps take that down. 11,000 gold. I mean, shout out to Nuke. He's Azir. It does feel like his best champion. If we saw that, maybe 5 or
Gibt es irgendwelche AD Carry Toplaner?
this out of hand.
Wie AD Carry Toplaner? Also, ja, Vayne wird sehr viel gespielt, Varus wird sehr viel gespielt. Alle ziemlich stark auf Top.
Like just the extra resistances, that shield that you get, that could have been enough. Maybe Yahoo dies quick.
Ach, Timmy, danke für den 29.
Especially with all the extra resistances he has off that GA. But it's just not quite enough. I mean, the fact even Yike kept his GA.
I know, he didn't
insane.
die. It's a bit sad, but it just shows you again how far ahead they are.
Okay, komm, finish. Mach fertig.
Elder in 3 minutes.
Mach fertig.
Parent in 2. I still think KC have these in spades, but you never know. You never know. That was the first moment we saw really Shifters come alive outside of the solo lane of Rooster. KC are looking for victims as Nuke is going to back up in top.
Also Bukada Profane Hydra Interaction Mark. Das ist wirklich. Also ich sag, das ist borderline. Also borderline meldbar. Sag ich, wie es ist. Jungler.
KC establishing vision in the top side.
Das ist borderline Win Trade.
Keeping Shifters in their base. They know they have a very good siege with this Caitlyn. So there is
Und Nico, danke für den dritten.
Chip away at any of these structures. And yeah, you can just wait until Baron, but a good shockwave here with Rabadons now and that 10 stack Dark Seal.
Yeah.
You do not get to survive that as Shifters.
You know, I wanted to quickly mention, Dagda, talking about surviving, I mean, Yike's obviously been the cornerstone of this game.
Wir spielen jetzt aber nicht bis. Oh mein Gott, wir spielen wirklich bis zum Elder noch. Das kann nicht wahr sein.
We've talked a little bit. I think it was Yike in versus. It might have been you and I. He had like a 7k gold lead in a game. And
Das war das Jace Game.
10 or top 5 in LEC history.
Das war das Jace Game gegen. Auch gegen Bukada.
Between players. Junglers especially. I think
Das war auch das Game gegen Bukada. Oh mein Gott. Das war Jace gegen Nocturne, stimmt.
Kha'Zix game from memory.
Ist das scheiße, Bro.
He does.
Ist das scheiße, der Arme.
Most consecutive titles in a row in LEC history. Like he has set the record, as you said, for the longest gold, or the largest gold difference between junglers. Like the man is an absolute monster, and really does feel like he's found his home now on KC. Like there was question marks about him on G2, but it feels like every one of them is getting shut down.
Oh, flash station to Sith. Rooster can't react. He's dead.
Boah, es gibt so einen One-Shot jetzt für Bruce, für Bukada. Boom.
Casey, that's gone again.
Okay, GG.
Won't find the same play, but the magical
Oh,
and Busio
das war eine ziemlich sicke Combo, die sie versucht haben.
dodge. Casey on the onslaught, and our doubts have gone if there even were any. Busio's barred. America knows it. Europe knows it. The whole damn world knows it. It's as clean as Yike is now on his Vi. The shifters on their last leg. Here's the defense. Kana flashes in. Nuke goes golden. Dodge away from the Meganar, but on a trap.
GG.
Stand. Trimmy gets headshotted. Paddock gets sent back. Killers will fire with the rain.
So, perfekt. Wir haben jetzt 10 Minuten Pause, dann haben wir 30 Minuten fürs Game. Das kriegen die hin. Vollstes Vertrauen in Casey, dass wir rechtzeitig zur LEC fertig sind. Ja, die machen Vollgas.
This is their game. And honestly, this feels like their world and Shifters is just living in it. That was demolition. As we toss it over to the AD to break it down.
Yeah. That was pretty one-sided, I'm going to be honest. A little play from Nuke.
Ja, die sind sehr gut.
Make perhaps a few KC fans sweat, but we went from a 10k gold lead to an 8k gold lead at that point. Sure, the jumper has cut the lead to 42. It wasn't too hard for KC to close it out, Finn.
I mean, honestly, I'm really surprised about this game. I'm actually in shock. Like, the fact that it took KC 29 minutes to finish this game out is really surprising to me considering the goal lead. I mean, I expected even more domination. I'm joking. I think it was a crazy clean game by them. Like, just pure domination.
Quite the whiplash from our first series of the day, one could say, as KC find themselves on the precipice of going, well, halfway through their split, 5-0. Based on how they're playing, they're looking to go on track for the 9-0. And I mean, so much of the conversation has been about Vitality dominating the league. Given the schedule, we've seen so much of them play. And so many of the KC fans have been trying to remind us, hey, our team is still here, and it felt like that they needed to make a statement here in this arena, and KC, every single game, just continue to make that statement.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Incredibly impressive
So.
what they're doing. 4 shifters, and for SK as well, a 0-2 loss here eliminates them from any playoffs contention. I'm not even gonna, like, the question that was coming out of my mouth was like, how do they fight back? How do they do something?
So,
How do they
because I need to go
get
back.
into this series? But it just seems so far-fetched at this moment for shifters to actually find a way back in.
I mean, it feels like their only hope is a massive early game lead, but even they seem quite unsafe in Shifter's hands. So I think they just have to pull together and look for miracles, look for cheats, whatever you can, because if you play KC on even terms in their own home field, in their ground, they will just demolish you.
I mean, I feel like one of the biggest problems that so many teams are having to deal with is that right now KC feel extremely well-rounded. They have solid drafts, they've got good macro, but also the hands.
Yeah.
And like that brings me very nicely into our Euronics play of the day from Yike and Yahoo, where they just completely outplay Shifters in the 2v2. So let's check it out.
In 5 seconds, I'm coming.
Yeah, don't give me, I'm coming, yeah, I'm coming.
I'm moving. Bard is moving in 10 seconds.
My God!
Vi is there. Kill him fast.
Looks good, guys. Looks really good.
Got her!
Nice, yeah.
Good job, bro. Good call.
Yeah, just great stuff all around from KC. Great call as well as they managed to make the outplay in the middle lane. What did Yike eat for breakfast, guys? Like, what has he been manging on here? Has he pretted something? Has he decided to pret and manger? That is incredible all
I mean,
around.
it's gotta be some Swedish meatballs, bro. Like this, I see how that man is playing.
Man.
I see how that man is playing. He ran straight to IKEA this morning. You're just stocked
he's
up.
like, oh yeah, get me some Köttbullar, bitte.
I mean, he needs to be in comfort, and he is definitely in comfort.
It's like the spinach for Popeye, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta pop a Swedish meat.
Yeah?
I couldn't even say it.
keep going,
I wish when I was playing, I was popping more Swedish meatballs, because clearly I needed them. That was clearly what was lacking.
He played really well, guys, and we're going to get off the Swedish meatballs that he has been consuming.
They're gonna get them. I'm gonna stay on it, because look at his stats. It's like insane. I think he had a 6.7 goal lead at the game end, and I think that's just I think Hysteric's talked about it on the cast. It's one of the highest we've ever had in in the jungle matchup department, which is just impressive.
He had another performance earlier this
Yeah,
split.
didn't he?
Was it in
Or
like
was this
8K
year?
ahead?
It may have been
Was this
last
year? Maybe in
split.
versus.
I think that was the Cossack team versus Gwen, no? Against them.
No, but there was like a Nocturne game where or Chase game. He was like 8K individually over his lane opponent.
The guy is absolutely popping off right now. Obviously facilitated by the fact that all of his lanes are also winning. It becomes a lot easier to jungle when you have prio in every lane. And across the board, KC just continue to impress.
I mean, the only person we can really criticize is Kana, I guess, because he did get solo killed, but then ultimately it doesn't matter, which then runs into the same problem that this teams playing against KC face is that it feels like that right now there is no clear weak point, right? It feels like that there's no weakness in the armor that you can try to exploit. It feels that wherever things fall short, something else is compensated.
Yeah, I mean, we had Yike on the desk here yesterday, actually, and he talked a little bit about their practice, how it's going, and he said something that I was just so envious of. I asked him a little bit about the reviews, how the scrims are going, and he says, yeah, we're mostly just like nitpicking team fights, you know, checking micro here and there. You know what kind of luxury that is? To just review only like the clicks in team fights. That means everything else is just going so smoothly. I've never been in a team where we just sit there like, hey, could have clicked like a little bit more right there in that team fight. The fact that they're so dominant, not only on stage, but also in practice, I think just tells about the depth of talent in this team.
It really does. And I think the good thing for KC as well is if you exclude the Vitality Week 1 series, it has been almost a linear curve of difficulty for them in terms of opponents. Like, we'll get into Week 7, and that's where they have to look at G2, MKOI, and GX. Now, GX a little bit lower, perhaps, than a Na'Vi, but the fact that they have slowly been able to build up across, they haven't needed to slowly build up, but if there were any foibles, any failures in their game plan, they've had enough time before they face the G2s of the world to see if they can fix those failures and then perhaps go for the 9-0 split.
Yeah, I mean, right now that's kind of what I'm keeping my eyes on because it's an interesting position that KC are in because is it just a regular season thing, right? Because we've seen performances like this before from teams.
Sure.
In fact, I believe KC did finish first at the end of last regular season as well, if I remember correctly.
I think that's possible, yes.
And playoffs is a different beast. Teams level up. We always look at teams like G2 and KOI, and so the question is, are we getting ahead of ourselves? Because right now, of course, you have to look at the current picture. You have to look at the thing that we're presented, and right now, KC do look like the cleanest, one of the strongest, even though they did struggle a little bit against Na'Vi yesterday at times in Game 1. But ultimately, they're the most well-rounded. So the question is, how do you maintain a performance like this all the way through to playoffs? And then how do the rest of the LEC stack up? Because we know that so many players and teams in our league tend to revel when that type of level comes to the league. Yeah. Now that we have this team that many are aspiring towards, how does that change the dynamic and how does things look forward to the rest of the LEC?
I mean, especially considering there's going to be a huge patch change coming in a few weeks
That's
as well.
true.
It's a lot of turbulence ahead of KC, so to me it's just about stabilizing that journey, making sure that you can ride a train to the end station.
Yeah, I think there's those two variables, right? Massive patch
So.
change coming out this week, which we're going to see some changes on.
Also.
KC do get a week off next week. So
MSI hat 2. Jede Region hat 2, außer Brasilien, die haben 1 Slot.
towards that patch. But also,
Es gibt Waffeln.
season has been best.
Shoutouts an Schwester Engelmann.
And that is, to me,
Big shoutouts.
shows a higher level of consistency than winning a best-of-1 regular season than going into playoffs.
Absolutely.
Right? They've already
shout-outs.
tried things in Fearless. If they just 3-0, they only have 1 extra game per series on average to close it out, so they only need to bring out a couple more things. And we've seen enough varied styles from them. They haven't just been the Dragon team,
I mean,
or just been the late-game scaling team.
Like, also, just to bring... We're still in the middle of a series,
Oh, yeah,
but based on
yes.
what we're seeing so far, it feels like it's a foregone conclusion
really does.
because shifters have not demonstrated enough. They will have to pull some magic out to get an upset win against.
Nein. Wir machen das jetzt schnell.
Hopes alive.
22 Uhr sind wir hier durch.
Alive. If they do not win this game, both SK and Shifters are out of playoffs. We'll be tossing to a quick break, but afterwards, we'll see you back with the second game of this series. Let's see if there can be a third.
Maybe a jungle gank, maybe moving
I was
to
about to
commit.
say, Rooster level 6 is a problem.
Yeah, but Kana going to half HP, now even lower. Flashes away, no! Kana's dead! It's quite game for Shifters. Nuke is going to step that up and send in an Orianna to the waiting arms. Here's Bukata. Ulti, it connects. I wanted to see it, but yeah, with the shockwave, the counter play! He waited!
Die Vibes bei dem KC-Team sehen sehr gut, also hören sich auch sehr gut an, ne? Die Schlammer Game 3. Aber war eine Ansage auf jeden Fall. Das Tod ist natürlich, ich meine, die waren 20 Millionen Gold ahead, ne?
What's wrong with me today?
Klarerweise.
I think you should have a break.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Red Bull gives you wings.
In your best man speech, you said my wife is funnier than me.
That's factually correct.
Mit dem von Juju, Beat geil, Sex, whatever.
It's fine, man.
Ja, legit, ich hab's nicht angehört, ich kann mich noch nicht mehr erinnern.
I have years and years and years of experience. Yeah, but it's gonna. There we go. Look at that. What are you so worried about?
Oh,
Okay. Selbstgemachter Döner, mal 11 von 10, ist auch geil. Selbstgemachter Döner. So, wir haben 30 Minuten. Wir nehmen selbstgemachte Döner mal geil. Erzähl uns, warum bin ich auf Stages? Bruder, was weiß ich, warum bin ich nicht auf der Stage? Bruder, danke für den Tier 1, Liebe. Das soll ich mache keine Minute mehr normale Arbeit. Weil du als CB machst und nicht Solo Queue. Oh nein, ich spiele nicht Solo Queue. Ich will nicht dran, wenn wir 20 Minuten Tech-Pause in der Nähe haben. Ich habe noch ein zweites Red Bull, das ich noch nicht auch gemacht habe. Dann wird sie mit LEC Top Team angeboten aus Korea oder China? Ja, und deswegen musst du subben, damit ich dann trotzdem überleben kann.
Okay, I'm
Ob du es glaubst oder nicht.
Shifters fan because there are some Shifter fans here. They have this amazing sign that it's actually a French meme. It says, "It's only 4 of us." And I love the fact that they're owning up to it because there were cheers from fans earlier. So I actually want to know, guys, thank you for joining me. How hard is it knowing that you're massively outnumbered by the blue wall?
It's crazily hard, but like we're kind of used to it by now, and we'll just scream with all that we've got.
Okay.
And we've done this because we know that we're very less than them.
Yeah.
And we'll just give everything, hoping that they'll hear us even a tiny bit.
Sometimes the numbers doesn't matter, it's the intensity, and we could hear you on broadcast yesterday. You want to give a chance maybe and see what happens?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
So to scream like, so everyone could hear us?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like you're gonna do in game.
Let's go shifters! Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la!
I love it!
Also, er hat ein lautes Organ. Ey, im Leben hättest du mich nicht mehr dazu bekommen, dass ich hier rumschreie.
It's not an easy situation they're in right now, but they're owning up to it!
I mean, it's great. Law, shout out to you for not apparently doing the naughty words on that side. I saw the word batala. I know that word, Dagda. I know that word.
Yeah, I think it's like baguette, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Of course. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Very nice translate. I'm going to tell you all that to do that, first of all, law to make them do that is classic. But to do that in a case, shout out to those guys. Like,
machen wir schon wieder dieses Ding. Ich ficke diesen Stream.
Because they got absolutely rinsed. Like,
Hello?
Putting all my plates in the dishwasher after 2.5 hours. Everything is spotless. That was KC in game one.
It was very clean. It was absolutely spectacular. And I think it's what we want to see more of from KC. Because again, like, so much of the conversation surrounding KC is, are they currently the best team? The conversation surrounding KC is, are they currently the best team in LEC? And when you put on a performance like that...
Das war wieder dieses Ding, aber das ist, by the way, von dem Stream. Das ist nicht von mir. Das ist von dem Stream.
Maybe they just are.
Yeah. I mean, especially Yike putting on a performance like
Atmosphäre bei den KC spielt ist sehr gut. Ohne ist okay.
Was that one of our strongest jungle performances in terms of gold gap? It was in the top 15. But the funny thing is, at number 1, was Yike versus Bukata at like 8.5K or something like that.
Oh,
so
a little rinse and repeat here, huh?
To reuse our production's words, it's like a canon event. Now Yike dumpstering Bukata. That was an exceptional game, and it has been a generational performance here today so far in game 1 from KC. Let's see if they can rinse and repeat as we go to the next game. Dagda and pick and ban. Ash is the first to go away. KC getting rid of
No surprises there. I mean, Shifters let the Orianna through in favor of banning the Ash to try and put a stopper on the bottom lane, and to give them a do. They kind of did. It did go much better. The problem was mid and jungle did not go well at all as a result. So we'll have to see what the game plan is. Because I think for Nuke, like, I have been mostly impressed with, like, up until this split, I've been very impressed with Nuke and his laning phases. I think when Shifters were struggling last year, he was clearly the shining light, and he had some good moments when he was in these 1v1 scenarios. This weekend just hasn't really been it for him. And I think against Yahoo, having him get comfort is important.
Oh, here it is. I'm talking about it before.
Ja, Lucian Milieu ist OP.
Good response.
Lucian Milieu ist OP.
Armies apparently.
Yuka, danke für den 8.
And so Lucian Milieu. Shifters think we can pull it off.
Es ist OP.
I don't think he'll go for this.
Kam offen, ist schon rausgegangen.
The list when he was playing in the ERLs, Nyla Senna was a big combo for him and Targamas. Yeah. So I like the shout out, but no, it is just going to be the Corki. I mean, Corki incredibly strong. But yeah, I mean, we've seen what the Lucian Milieu can do already into this Corki. It's the only win we have on us.
Yeah.
Coming through for Sam D and Paris. So now Paduk and Trimby going to see if they can try and do the same here.
All right. It's a tall order before potentially getting eliminated from LEC Spring. If they lose this game, it is over for Shifters here and now, and for SK. It's a double whammy.
Gute first free von Shifters.
As Yahoo on Rise is a big deal. Nuke goes on the Anivia to try and counter it.
Gute first free.
A bit of zone control and a bit of lockdown now added in with that Anivia for Shifters.
Yeah, it was Flatty who did get the kill.
Also gerade als die spielen ja safe.
Yesterday,
Yep.
which was not the best
100%.
times for Nuke. Now going to see if he can try a better time on the opposite side, but Rise does have control of this matchup in the first few levels. It's level 6 where if he gets access to the ultimate, that it really does start to change how the matchup is dictated. But it's a lot of it's still a lot of question marks for me on shifters. Just with the way that last game went, it's hard to fully lock in and be like, oh yeah, I see them being able to play through
In what is already a more difficult bottom lane, that if they don't find themselves ahead, like Lucian, we know with Lucian, it's like 1-2 items, getting mid control, really being able to send it and take that all in. And granted to Paddock, I think Paddock in the early laning phase was sending it on the Ezreal. So you're kind of crossing your fingers again. You're hoping, as you're kind of alluding to. But Dagger, I want to know what comes next. I want to know about this jungle role because Skarner's taken away, Jace is taken away. It looks like, again, for KC, they do need some kind of initiation tool that is going to be an extension.
Listen.
I got to say the same for shifters. They do need a go button on this comp as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're still, like, you have options. Like, Wukong's still there. You can go towards
Decent.
if you really want to.
Decent.
Traditionally, you kind of tend more towards things like the Xin Zhao and these sort of situations. Especially with Emilio, I'd respect something like the Xin Zhao to come through for shifters here.
Listen nach Veri.
For KC, though, they are going to start eyeing up a bit more of a split push.
Für KC. Nichts in Sauer gegen die Champs.
Something that can play through.
Nichts in Sauer für KC. Es ist horrible pick.
So I'm wondering if they try and keep the
Sin Sauer wäre ein horrible pick, ja, für KC.
get some strong side lane for Kana here. Like, you could end up opting. This is somewhere you could opt in towards the lane or something like that if you really wanted to.
Okay.
The Varus is banned, so that's kind of the last AD carry we've seen up there since Jace is also taken away.
With Nocturne banned as well, what are shifters thinking though? What's their combination going to be?
Bruder, wenn der nicht matchfixt, dann weiß ich auch nicht.
What is that? Oh my
Disgusting.
God, first Viego in
Disgusting.
spring. Dagged up. I like, you know what? I like what shifters are saying.
Disgusting.
Go hard or die trying.
Prozent Waschen.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's
Disgusting video game.
against Yike, because this was the pick that Yike was facing
Disgusting video game.
to the league.
Disgusting.
Something that can play heavily around this Anivia in the mid lane, and you can look for a lot of those ganks.
Oh my
but
God,
something that has to get ahead, because it is no good at all without the setup. And usually you do see it with a strong front line. So yeah, I think if I'm KC, kind of insta-locking a carry or something that does well into tanks, I think you're kind of fine with, because everyone on shifters kind of points towards
disgusting video game.
in front of them to do what they want to do.
So will it be the Vayne lock? Aurora instead.
Aurora top lines, yeah.
A similar value, right? They also have another AP soul laner when they've just locked in an AD jungle that can do well against the Viego. If this is an Olaf top, there is then only the Anivia with slight magic damage from Milio that is going to really surpass and get...
Olaf gegen Aurora ist es auf keinen Fall.
What do you think?
I'm actually curious if I think it will be Aurora top. They could also put the Rise top though and make it work.
Was?
What?
Bruder, Irelia, Vego, Emilio, das ist Matchfix. Das ist eine unserious Comp. Cool, aber okay.
This is insane. Like, this is so something that is really good in the top lane, because it's a longer lane where you can try and chase down this Aurora, try and play around a lot of her tools. If Rooster can close the gap onto this Aurora, it is not going to be a good time for Kana. It is a difficult time to do that though, with the Between Worlds and like having some of these tools. But this Aurelia can dominate.
Komplett, wirklich, ja.
Dagda, when you are on elimination point, there is nothing I respect more than throwing your draft in and saying, let's just send it. Bukata, thanks to production for looking this up, is 16-8 on Viego. It is his first time ever in the LEC pulling it out.
Ja, da hat er schon Olli mitgegrieft. In Game of Origin. Ja, ich erinnere mich.
Rooster historically
Fucking filthy.
on Aurelia. So that balances it all.
Da hat er schon Olli mitgegrieft.
But his last game in competitive play was 4 years ago.
Ah, nee, doch nicht.
In KC's arena here in Every to pull it out.
Ach, mit Brent hat er immer gegrieft.
Aurora. Shifters, good luck. if this does not go well early, Dagda, I am worried about how this game progresses.
This game could flop very, very quickly for Shifters. Because every one of
Aber ich glaube, der Matchup ist sehr gut für Iria.
apart from Nivea,
Ich glaube, der Matchup ist sehr, sehr gut für Iria.
snowball out of control.
Yeah.
This is going to be nuts. This is Shifters throwing everything at the wall and begging to any deity they can think of that something will stick.
I love it. I love it, but I'm really scared. You know, you get like that second-hand anxiety. Let's hope Shifters can show us a little bit more in this second game. I'm just shell-shocked. And really, as you said, you know, Rooster does have a good chance in this lane, but how isolated will it be? How much can Bukata influence it before Yike gets level 6 himself? Because jungle's going to play an important role, especially here on Shifters. There's nice little setup with a flawless duet, or rather just the dive in instead, excuse me. Was that blade surge from Rooster, but kind of just hits him back with a twofold hex, and that's it.
Yeah, Rooster was actually able to get into a decent spot there. Cleared out, or got the first few minions, then was able to get access to the back three.
Krass, also PS bekommen W's.
Jump on towards Kana, so nicely done already by Rooster. And there is that ward in the bush that was placed by Kana to try and prevent that. Because what you really want to do as a ready is use that bush, dive out and look for these quick trades and then try and dive away again. But at least in the moment, good trade. We'll have to see if Rooster's going to be able to keep this up.
Nuke already gets himself down. A nice little flash frost. Yike is currently on Raptors, spotted out by Vision. And he's going to be pathing up towards that top lane. Rooster got an early push in, 19 CS already. And he's going to use his chance to get a...
Ja, ist solid, aber es ist wirklich gut. I don't think so.
Might be making an appearance, slow down. But Nuke, again, he stops Yike in his path, and Yike is just going to back off.
Yeah, who used those to try and cover the distance, but the spell flux ended up fading off just before Yahoo could get in range to land the Rune Prison. So the follow-up wasn't really there, but still, buying space for Yahoo, wants to look for that early reset, so not the end of the world. And I mean, Yike showing doesn't really matter. Both junglers are just going to clear crab and then reset. So not the end of the world.
Also es mattert nicht, weil 5:30 Timer ist natürlich besser sogar, wenn der, also muss der Wukong halt nicht so lange warten, right? Es mattert nicht in der Hinsicht mattert es nicht, ja, das stimmt schon.
Outside of what we saw in mid, even though there was an attempt to gate, Nuke is doing pretty well in the lane. Bukata is clearing like nobody's business, straight on the scuttle, nice and early here. Response from him, he's going to be getting that top side.
Yeah, the pings went down though. They did spot the shadow, so know that this Viego's on the bottom side of the map. But again, I don't think there's any surprises really. Like we saw those early wards go down, everyone kind of aware of what the position on the map is. And at least Rooster has to play a little bit more honest. I say that as Wukong is topside, but maybe not.
Setting up, Rooster's fully stacked here. And onto Kana, he sets it up again.
Matchup ist sehr gut, er ist schon wieder tot, by the way. Oh, er hat keinen Q abgehabt.
Kana has to get sent packing.
Nein, Matchup ist gut für Iria. Matchup ist sehr gut für Iria.
Reset off to get that early call. So he's able to hold on to the teleport, managing the CS well too. So if you can look for these like quick trades and then guess the reset off as well, I think Rooster's in a good spot. A little risky, honestly, when he doesn't know what the Wukong is, to go for this proxy.
Nö, er weiß, wo der Wukong ist. Das ist eine Quatschaussage. Muss ja, also er kann gar nicht da oben sein. Das wäre so Sideways, er kann nicht da oben sein.
And we'll be getting close to the Vanguard's edge as well. I mean, with the advantage, finds himself level 6.
Das kannst du fast doch irgendwie gewinnen, Game 3.
Cozy Campfire, healing him up. He gets that piercing light. He steps forward into Kalist. Heal almost gets him in range. Yike hovered, he was ready to go in, but he didn't need to. Casey's bottom lane survives. Barrier and heal burned, but flash and heal from Pada contributing.
The 2-second cooldown in the E, you can see how valuable it is there. So usually you'd end up needing the Q proc on your passive to get the reduced cooldown enough to have another E dash up, but a full shot through and Paduk then...
Auch wenn Griffin-Interview, ja, dann speedrun wir einfach Game 1. Dann also, das wird ja nicht überlappen auf Game 2. Game 2 sehen wir ja Worst Case und Game 1 können wir recappen schnell in Pause. Was ihr alles dafür sehen, ich bin so gut im Informationen aufnehmen. Mir reicht da auf 4-mal Speed das Game schon.
Bukata half the way to level 6, focusing on that because he is going down towards Krugs for such a volatile lane. And next Scuttle is spawning around the bottom side, so he's right where he needs to be with a bit of a speed advantage as Yike is heading towards top. Can he get anything top though?
Tabis für Kalist early.
Again, it's kind of just spotted where Bukata is and really understand what's happening. So, pink ward placed. People admit
Flash Frost setting up with a Glacial Storm, stunned up. It's beautiful ganking timing from Bukata. Yehu gets himself a bit of movement speed from the phase rush. There's the Flash Wall.
Das ist halt sehr gut nah am Bukatas Tor. Oh mein Gott. Yahoo.
He got the tip of the
Sagen Sie mal.
gets close to dying. Crystallize in the way, but heal up from Busio gets him out of dodge.
Yeah, who didn't have the flash available to get away from that one, was burnt a little earlier. So nicely done there by Shifters to punish that Summoner spell being down. And a nice early game start for this team as well.
Ricardo's going to get bottom side scuttle. He's going to be so close to level 6. One more camp to take, and he'll use this opportunity to back away.
Standard Sky oder Triforce Vigo?
Shifters to snowball in this precarious game is what you want. Vanguard's edge on Kana, found up between worlds, not found. Rooster rather not going to get a stun up before Kana gets the hell out of there.
I want to keep your eyes on Bukata though, because this wave is going to bounce on bot side. He's about to hit level 6 off these Krugs with this reset done. This could be a window for him to try and get in onto this bottom side of the map after clearing out Krugs. Maybe even look over towards Dragon as well, because like now looking for the recess. But it looks like he's just going to be happy to clear out. But there's still, again, as you say, that a lot of volatility on the bottom side.
Feels like volatility across the map, but there's a gold lead for Shifters, 1.2k. It's looking great. And again, this is what it's about, just keeping the pace going. Bottom lane, the only thing being contested right now, but it won't be an issue. Yehu hovering in the fog of war. Bukata goes around. Yehu now spotted out, wants a realm warp. Takes the country lettuce.
Der ist gesehen.
River. But Bukata's
Der war gesehen. Also die wissen, dass er da drin ist.
Fog of war. Yehu hovering around. Spectral Maw gonna connect. Bukata puts out the shadows though and use that.
Wenn er Root trifft, maybe. Flash Ulti, aber dann hast du immer noch Vigo Ulti, um rauszukommen.
Again.
I think he's going to steal away Raptors here, just make his way in. Yeah, I think there was... The way Yehu was positioning kind of gives you the inkling that, look, Jungler's probably there to support him, so he's just going to cover for Busio, take a very low.
Lush Milio, balanced.
There's the Valkyrie. Kalisz gets exhausted though. Now he's in deep with no way to escape. Piercing light again, barrier down. Paddock favors the 2v2, but he gets bursted. He's almost dead. Almost dead. Jake is coming in with Cyclone.
Das war ein sicker Sidestep.
Soccer ball, Trimmy doesn't do anything, and Paddock is still in so much danger. Busio has his flash available, but Shifters bottom lane's going to turn.
Bye bye, buddy.
Kalisz there, bomb dodge away, but Cyclone, perfect from Yike. Once again.
Bye bye, buddy. GG.
But Yike.
GG.
Kill for the KC legend.
KC make the dive, hopping, covering the bottom side. Yike will give up his top lane, top side jump.
Guter Timer.
But picking up 2
Alles sehr gut gewählt, na, von Target Selection bis zu, wann sie den Fight nehmen mit Yike Around, alles sehr gut. Das war sehr, sehr gut.
So close to getting completed as well as KC make bot a success story with Kalisz now having a gold lead off the back of it.
Beautiful stuff by Yike. Again, he's so good at understanding where he needs to be on the map. We saw it in game number 1. Now Busio is helping to cover this top side as Rooster trying to see if he can go aggressive onto Kana. Both ultimates are up and available. But Kana holding strong, knowing he's got support in the wings.
Rooster pulls back. He wants to Blade Surge, get himself up that Ionian further. And that dueling is so powerful for Aurelia. We want to see Blade of the Ruin King, obviously, but still for now, it's a bit of sustain in the kit. So expect him to try and take on Kana again. Yike, meanwhile, though, is using this pressure in the top lane to get the grubs. I just want to quickly note, Kana has rushed Tarbis. I mean, against an Aurelia, it makes a lot of sense. So, and Kana going safety first, as Yike is going grubs first here with all 3 taken.
I mean, Dragon is still sitting there, but no one really feels like they have full control of this game thus far to try and go for it. So, grubs going to be the easy one. Wukong moving back down towards bot side, and again, like leaving Krugs, knowing that there could be some activity here.
Okay, soccer ball kick back into Busio.
Luch Milio damage is so crazy.
Carter's on the way down. He's going to be spotted out as soon as Busio puts that ward down. He sees that area under control.
Yike has his ultimate up and available though, now coming to protect his Grom and maybe make the play Kalisz.
The dodge, Paddock thinking about the culling, piercing light there, up against the wall, there's the culling, Kalisz going to dodge, tidal wave, not going to connect, and a bit of damage down. Paddock gets low again though.
Können Game 3 werden, das wird kein Game 3.
Paddock has a flash now.
Unless.
Waiting once more. A reset there available for the Blade Surge. A minion available between worlds is good. Kana looking for the burst, the weirding, the twofold hex. Everything being sent down as a flawless duet. Gets a stun on the
Guter Map-Movement. Gutes Map-Movement und Bot wird nicht gepunished. Sehr gut.
Who covers the play, and Rooster used the ultimate too close to tower. Kana just played on the edge of his tower range and said, you jump on me, you're about to get blasted. And Yahoo helps out, covers the play.
Spielt Shift ist gerade okay. Boah, Midlane ist ein gutes Matchup, Toplane ist ein gutes Matchup, Botlane ist ein gutes Matchup. Ja. Spielt mir Aurora Top. Well, in der Theorie ist es halt ein, ist es ein super harter Lane-Bully. Ist halt ein geiler Counter, also ist halt ein Cheese-Counter-Pick, right? Also, was heißt Cheese? Ist halt ein Counter-Pick. Ein out of the ordinary Cheese-Pick. Counter-Pick, sorry. Der halt relativ gut funktioniert gerade. Ich kann Rice Prior haben, ich glaube, die haben 50-50 geklärt und der Rice hat halt seinen Move Richtung Toplane genommen, während Anivia gebased ist. Konflikt zu reden, nein. Also das ist ein guter Blind-Pick, sehr viel war raus schon. Auch gebannt und so. Und dann kannst du Aurora Toplane gehen, weil es halt sehr viel countert einfach. Und dann Irelia ist halt ein Counter gegen die Aurora. Ist dann gemisst.
The Shifters can't get a response as the monkey escapes.
Bedeutet das Drake für Shifters? Die haben halt die Diego nur, ne? Ja. Aber es ist halt ein scheiß Viego. Macht nix.
Has push on bot lane, Shifter, or Nuke should be able to get control of this wave now. You can see again, like Yahoo disappears into Fog of War, makes Paduk think twice about going for any sort of fancy play on the bottom lane.
There is good trading though. I mean, Paddock doing amazing damage on Busio, but the problem is the sustain as Rooster once again. There we go, Vanguard's edge, but look, there's support. Yikes back in without the ult, even weeding the burst, has to flash away. Rooster escapes. He's constantly fleeing as culling in the bottom lane from Busio won't even be flashed away. He's out.
Yeah, who's going to cover though? Moving down, doesn't have the realm warp, but KC are covering the bottom side play. Nuke needs to come across if they want to make it happen though.
Acro Prison not bad. Fireball kick over the wall.
Jesus.
As you said, good.
Die spielen das so gut und verteidigen.
Get him out before anything else happens. Bukata gets a blue buff reset, but now they're going to hit it again as Yike comes in to contest. 1800, the steal there. I believe Smite came through from Bukata as he levels up.
Yeah, managed to get that one. So manages to get the blue, but still you can see KC looking to cover these plays from Shifters. Nuke was on recess, so couldn't really come across to contest in the 3v3. So KC can defend slightly, but still you're kind of seeing the Shifters want to break open this game. They're trying so hard to find whatever angle of attack they can. Try and play through these strong side lanes they have at the moment. But it's
Borg fertig, Toplane ist so gespiked.
with Blade of the Rune King now completed for Rooster though.
Okay.
This top lane becomes
Ich glaube, direkt Drake machen ging nicht. Einfach wegen Condition. Du kannst nicht immer direkt Drake machen, right? Es kommt da auf viele Sachen an.
That cooldown going to feel
Unter anderem Lanes.
I guess the extra magic damage taken away
Entschuldigung.
as well.
increased slow, am I wrong as well?
I can look through. I've got the power. For now, I don't think so, Dagda.
Okay.
But at the very least, I mean, that cooldown's going to be...
So, Dankeschön.
Rooster really using it off cooldown so far is Dragon going to go down. That is still a win for Shifters. They're still 1,000 gold up. But we said it at the start of this game. There needs to be mega ultra pace for Shifters to find their way into this mid game with a comfortable lead.
Still,
Ne, wir machen das Game fertig und dann schalten wir rüber.
actually, Ike fun.
Gleiches gegen Ding, das ist nicht so super wichtig,
Zone jungle.
da jede Minute von Game 1 mitzunehmen.
See it moving onto Bukata, found out there's a flash. Yike wants to go all in, but the blast cone saves his life. Yike was ready to spin, and that would have been another kill.
We really wanted to make that one happen, but couldn't quite find it. I was going to say, I think with Paduk now having the Storm Razors can really help him play way more aggressive, has the movement speed to kind of bounce in and out of Khalid's
Ich sehe den, wow, der hat gerade mir direkt. Ich sehe die Comp von Shifters noch nicht so gut in Fights funktionieren, das ist das Ding.
The culling is really good, especially in Busio.
Well played.
Yes!
Seht ihr dieser Sustain von Lucian Meteor, das ist insane.
But finally, the 2v2 of Shifters.
Es ist so insane.
This is Doss is doing so much work as Casey tried to fight back against it. It's the second time now that it's kind of caught them.
Wenn Emilio gut darin ist, sein Echo Sophilia rauszustretchen und quasi seine Schilder zu reapplyen, ist es so krank.
Spells trying to save himself and still can't make it happen.
Here we go, flawless duet. We're waiting. Rooster gets everything down. Defiant dance for the tip. Hits right into the nick of time. Rooster still holding on to his ulti. Now he's got the blade surge fully stacked up as well with the Iron in further. You're right, he can dive it, but...
Hat Respekt vor Wukong? I guess.
Lost his massive stacks.
Still though, can very quickly
Muss ja sein, ne?
one Q onto the melee minions and a couple onto the back line will clear them out. So now Kana has to stick around. Still could be the dive on the top side.
As you
This
said,
is so dangerous.
Iron in further back, all forced duet dodged. Would have just set up again for that blade surge, that dive you talked about. Kana holds on to his between worlds, which is pretty crucial if there is going to be a dive in the next wave.
Kana hovering on mid. You got movement from Yahoo and Yike though.
Trimby face checking in a bit of
Was machst du da?
It's an instant
Ja, aber seht ihr, wegen sowas, die können keine...
caught out like that. D'Amelio and Lucian.
Brother, what are you doing so?
It was just
Ehrlich.
calls from Shifter Kana kind of threatening that position, but didn't realize that Yahoo had already started to move and Yike as well.
Für wen bist du? 2-0 KC hier. Ab nach Hause.
And Trimby, it was the same story with last game as well, constantly caught out.
Ich würde gerne sehr spannende Games haben, aber ja.
Snap their jaws shut.
Ich habe das Gefühl, bei Shifters, das ist oftmals da passieren so Dinge, die sollten halt nicht passieren einfach. Ich weiß, deshalb zum Beispiel dieser Tod von Trimby, sollte er jemals passieren? I don't know.
Near the top lane.
Yike wants to immediately make a play though. Rooster, they expect, is going to try and come up. Look though.
He sends it in again. Trimby's already back up and available. Gatling gun shredding down. Kalista in trouble. There's a culling and he's going to dodge away. Tidal wave goes through the middle. Shifters have an advantage here. KC have to take the long way around to the mid lane as Paddock will get the push up.
Still nobody to respond to nuking the bottom side, so the Anivia will be happy to pick up a little bit more there. As Bukata chasing Yike out of his own jungle.
It's a Heartbreaker in Vanguard's edge and Bukata sends it with a Heartbreaker. Looking for the reset.
Wow. Schaut euch den LCK-Hausmeister an.
Finally, Sovereign's reign.
Okay, GG.
Bukata's got no help. Breath of life.
GG.
Find the kill. Yike jumps in the Herald and survives.
Das war eine geile Wall.
Wall against it. It's a flash frost, but Yike's now dead. Paddock gets a kill. It's good for Shifters. It's great for Shifters. Acro Prisoners, Kana. The burst on the nuke won't be enough. He's still got it. He flashes forward. He gets a flash frost. He's got the glacial storm.
That can be.
Kana's slow. Can't run anywhere.
Wow.
See, getting sent away.
Wow.
Over the wall somehow. Trimby won't be able to stop him.
Zum LCS rüber, wir schauen das Game hier.
But Shifters make
Schön gelöst. Und die bekommen Midlane Turret.
So back and forth in that top side.
Sehr geil gelöst.
End up going, I believe,
Geile Wall, geile Bubble von Busi auch. Sehr geile Bubble.
lose mid lane tower. So as this goes through, Yahoo ends up dodging away from the stun. So ends up getting a ton of damage off before it gets taken down by Rooster. Then Kana follows up.
Ist mein Rice da gerade reingeflasht? I'm serious.
But Kana managed to just barely dodge away from the Bukata ultimate in the middle of that. And then with the crystalline going down, gives
Was für ein Corki-Skin? Ist es Corki? Ich schau gleich.
so low off the back of it.
Ich schau gleich.
Then Kana has to play away from the rest of the fight. Busio keeps his his top laner topped up for so long in this though with the heals. Great bubble to keep him alive.
Ja, Corki mit Chroma.
It's happening and we're back on mid to fight.
And we're back onto Paddock again, waiting for the culling. Crystallize once more, Valkyrie out, tied away from Busio. It lines between all of Shifters as 4 members gather around the mid lane because Dragon is up in 20 seconds.
Still though, that's Nami wave down for a Nivea wall. This should be Shifters now using the pressure that they have to move over towards this dragon and get it for themselves. If KC try to go forward, I don't think they really have the tools unless Yike can get a miracle ultimate off.
Cyclone Flash, that's what he has. Paddock steps up and on the wave on Kalist, he's taking
Ay.
Big one from Kalist, won't land.
Ay.
Paddock now threatens like a shark. He hovers around the wall looking for a target, but Paddock has to back away. Kalist still hovering with Phosphorus bombing will clear the wave. Dagda, I think that little step up from Paddock was a bit too much.
I think Paddock wanted to use the exhaust but couldn't quite get it down in time, and Kalist got a decent trade, so with that, that's the dragon. But Rooster
Macht einen relativ guten Job da oben zu neutralisieren.
Minion wave waiting for the flawless duet. The blade surge is there. Flawless duet dodged away from. Crystallized dodged away from.
Das ist nicht. Guys.
Rooster's fully stacked.
Guys. Falsches fucking Timing. Wir haben keine Zeit für eine Pause. Wir müssen weiter. Guys, wir müssen weiter, bitte.
So we're going to find out why.
Yeah, I'm really not sure because it was a good W away by Kana.
It was.
Bitte.
But the thing is, that's what I don't know, because the Q came out late. It looked like it was supposed to be an ult into the immediate Q. So
Mein Taxi wartet Richtung USA.
This is record scratcher, wondering how it got here, but we're going back into game.
Oh, straight
we're
back
just
in,
gonna continue.
Again, I said Vanguard's edge maybe from okay, we're gonna back off a little bit. There's Kana, here's the replay and yeah, wait, Kana.
Boah, der kommt darüber. Bruder, du gehst da rein, du fucking Alien.
He's already Vanguard's edge and he's dead. For Shifters, it happens exactly how we said it. A kill over to the Anivia, and Shifters now 2,000 gold up.
Yeah, no, so nicely done.
Wahrscheinlich bei LCS schon, dann feel free.
It fizzled for Shifters around the Dragon. They get the cross map.
Feel free, du weißt den Weg dahin.
Now, with this wit's end, terrifying for either of the solo laners for KC to go against. Not only is it the magic resist, the on-hit damage, the on-hit, but also the tenacity on this as well. I can see here.
Ja, wenn er rausholt, ist er natürlich fein, right? Also er kriegt doch die ganze Wave hier. Wollte er für die Wave gehen, oder was?
That was miscalculation there.
I guess,
I
yeah.
think he could have just backed away, cleared the wave, and it would have been enough.
Kill over to the Anivia. Look at Nuke this game. 1.3k gold lead. Rooster as well. I mean, this Aurelia, it got ganked a couple of times, but it's 1,000 gold up. A Wit's End picked up for AP solo lanes.
Also, die sind sehr gespiked. Shifters sind sehr gespiked. Wollen Shifters das Game? Sie können. Die sind extrem OP.
At the 5v5, Bukata's consistently trying to move around the map now with Collector and be a part of these big flashy plays that his solo laners are making. And I should say that Paddock is too.
It's everyone trying to make plays, and I think this is kind of what we're expecting from Shifters, right? You lock in champions like the Aurelia and the Viego, you want to see this individual playmaking ability. KC have been trying to keep tabs with it, but bit by bit, Shifters are growing this gold lead. Now, it was a mistake from Paduk that led towards the Dragon take for KC, but it was responded in kind with on the top side with Kana. KC now feeling confident though with the waves pushed in to threaten and get vision and try to keep Shifters back. If Shifters can't access waves, they can't have...
Bukata's going to play check as well. KC are waiting there. Cyclone, no response. Aqua Prison's perfect. You slip up once, and KC will take it every day of the week.
Great setup there. Push in waves, group as a team, get the vision, fish for the pick. It's simple by the book League of Legends, and it's something that might have just netted KC a Baron off the back. Shifters wanted to contest. Nuke has just reset. But does he TP in? It looks like they're going to try and do this.
They're trying to burst down Kana. It's Paddock stepping forward into mid-wave, but he can't do too much. He said TP, yes, but there's no smite between World.
Mit dem Start okay.
Rooster is now here. They're looking for the team fight. Shifters.
Mit dem Start immer noch okay. Die sollten auf Nash fokussen. Oh mein Gott, Boost, hier ist mein Spiel. Die sollten nicht auf Nash fokussen. Raus. Oh mein Gott.
So much was burned for the pick. 3 ultis now down.
Wait, they're keeping going
at 5k, but
Aber wir haben keinen Nash. Oh, die haben Smite. Smite kommt. Was? 4K. Oh nein, es ist ein Dirty 50-50. 24 HP und Anivia bekommt. Ich kann nicht mehr. Oh mein Gott.
This was such a great setup from Nuke on the crystalline wall. He isolates Busio, and Busio panic ults into nothing. And that's the only real disengaged tool that was left for KC on the play. So Shifters confidently step forward. And just like that, it's a Baron for Shifters out of what materializes basically nothing.
Going to open up mid lane off the back of it as well with this Baron. Dagger, a lot can be done. Standing gold is there with inner turrets and sides. Outer through mid.
Hello, honey.
Done what they need to do in the early game. They haven't slowed down. This is such a... It's...
Hola.
When you think about it, is, hang on a minute.
Dicker, dieser Trimby-Typ, na? Du bist reported. Du bist reported und gemeldet. Hör auf! Hör auf! Du musst nichts machen. Außer seinen Korean Freak zu buffen.
Pepper their gameplay. Trimby nearly gets caught. Ceases all operations then on the Baron push, and it's in fact the bot lane tower that goes down to Kalist off that push in the grand scheme of things. Shifters, you've played incredibly well. keep this presence of mind. Don't end up giving these mistakes over to KC.
When we talk about their strength, it is early game. And they know how to play it out. But transitioning now, we're getting into the mid game. Cullen comes in. On a bit to Kana as well. Paddock healthy enough to step forward as Kana now shows.
Gib dem Hausmeister einfach sein Besen. Ja, genau. Ja, legit.
They're gonna live to die another day.
But it's still, and more time wasted on this Red Bull Baron power play. That bot wave has gone into the tower, but it's KC who are threatening the mid push now, and Rooster.
They want to dive. Okay, Defiant dances there. He blade surges. Vanguard's edge on Diako's exhausted. First kill, and Rooster's gonna reset.
Oh, ja. Wer ist der Hausmeister? Paddock, Kiahu, Rooster und Kana. Die 4 LCK-Hausmeister. Ich will nichts mit dem Dicker. Warum heißt der Hausmeister?
That on the backside is 3,000 gold lead. Now the play, an overstay from KC.
That was the trade from KC. Give Dragon to Shifters, but it'll be KC who get the mid lane tower. But Yike went in for nothing. He didn't have the ult available.
Sie verlieren das Game wirklich. Das kann nicht wahr sein.
And Rooster was more than happy to punish him for it.
This is the thing about the Aurelia. Even though we talk about the importance of the early game, once you get
Ein kleines, feines Game 3 hier noch.
your ability to snap, engage, kill. We get a bit of booing from the crowd. I mean, they're not happy that
Den Hausmeister verstehe ich nicht ganz ehrlich. Also, also in Englisch ist es ein bisschen funnier, aber quasi die sind halt LCK-Hausmeister, weil die zu schlecht sind für LCK, deswegen schauen die immer zu und machen dann nur sauber. Und dann in der LEC sind sie halt die CEOs von der Firma.
Ricardo gets out. Cyclone now used as well. Yes, the Heartbreaker, but if he finds a reset, it will be back. Breath of Light also used. KC had the mid-side track, but top is being aggressed. We're getting a bit of a push battle.
Warte, was machen die?
Just immediately going to go for mid, but mid lane is much weaker. So the push is going to come through faster here for KC. They're immediately going to try and rotate, it seems like, towards that bottom side, but the base now is in danger. KC blinked, and it might be their base that pays for it.
Yeah, don't worry. All you're missing in top is the fact that Inner Turret went down. Inhibitor Turret does not. Base race stops there. Oh my god, Shifters, it would be an interesting way to try and get you to a game 3.
Shifters are still going.
Floor Stewardess is down though. Waiting for the weeding. The burst on the Rooster is nice. Again, Vanguard dead. Flush away from Culling also used. Kliss stepping in.
Shifters ist zu schlecht, um das Game zu gewinnen.
Floor Steward gets a stun.
Alles deutet wieder darauf hin, dass die zu schlecht sind, um das Game zu gewinnen, oder nicht?
To delay that play. No follow-up on towards that stun on Takana, who is reasonably tanky with these.
Hier stinkt schon wieder so ekelhaft.
Not quite enough.
Wenn dieser Vego nicht am Fixen ist, dann weiß ich auch nicht.
Kind of just keeping their fingernails in this one, but it's shit.
Ein potenzieller Dr. Strange hier von den Shifters hier.
All it takes is another fight, Dagda.
Wird Dr. Strange Aktion, ja. Ein potenzieller Dr. Strange hier von Shifters, ja. Schauen wir uns das Game noch, ja.
This is how they stay in the LEC. It is a long shot. All the statisticians out there will tell you it's like a 0.1% chance. Maybe a little bit higher, but not that much higher. And everyone out there will tell you it's impossible, but Shifters, death comes knocking. Currently, they're saying not today. And this is one of the most exciting games I've seen of Shifters. It won't be their last one, of course. They've got more to play in the season. But if they lose this series, again, remind, if it is a 0-2 for them, they are out confirmed. And SK will be joining them. KC can dig 2 graves here with a win in game 2.
Willi Fnatic, grandios. Morgen die 3-0-Woche machen.
Power playing these side lanes with Inner Turret going down.
Another one bites the dust. As KC want to try and catch them on the resets. They see the Aurelia on midwave. No.
2 Hausmeister und Mechaniker.
Walkout as a unit. Baron.
Das gibt gar keinen Sinn. Weil Mechaniker macht ja, der fixt ja Sachen. Achso, oh.
KC, who are scrambling for control.
Oh
They're going to try and use this moment, not reset, and look to stick some vision in around this Baron objective. How far can this go, Shifters?
Baron's now up. A minute 10 for the
Ich bin schon eine Weile live. Verzeiht mir. Ich bin schon eine Weile dabei. Verzeiht mir.
be what Shifters are trying to fish for here as they start to step forward into KC's jungle. Once that rise shows on bot lane once more, we're gonna see Shifters really kick it up a notch here as they start to step forward. And once more, we're getting these trades on the map.
Rooster sets out blade surge in onto Kana, who goes invis. Bukata was there, ready to match. Flash not available, but Heartbreak.
Bukata, wo ist der Drehmomentschlüssel?
Paddock's confidence is getting greater as Kalist's ability to step up is good as well, but you see Paddock, he doesn't care. There we go, Relentless Pursuit in. Good damage with the Ardent Blaze.
Kalist was trying to get the rocket to stop the Anivia from resetting so the Yahoo could continue to push, but it wasn't the case. Couldn't quite get it. Paddock protects his mid laner, and it means that Yahoo has to back away. They're looking to collapse though.
They're trying to fake that everyone from Shifters is going down. Yahoo is just ghosted. Roost is going to move back up. Baron would have thought, but I think Casey had taken the bait.
No, but they will be able to clear it.
Oh my god.
Force Shifters to face check. Bukata can fake
Fuck.
it. The response can come through. That's Actualizer now for the Rise. That's the breakpoint KC we're hoping for.
Shifters not walking anywhere near the.
Oh my god.
The KC are moving towards Baron. Is it fake? They ask themselves. Trimby going to face check first with control. Dagda. Baron could be dangerous. Kalist has obviously pulled off it. KC
Oh my god.
now have given Shifters idea that it's a ruse.
The Dragon is gone though. Again, Shifters playing slow, playing for the objectives. KC trying to look for angles. Bukata watching for Yike, looking for a flank. And KC's bluff is not being called. Instead, Shifters are using the TPs.
Oh, but Bukata's going to come around. Len sees Yike over the wall. He's invis for now. Yike has no idea that he has the information. Spectral more, but goes over, finds Inivir instead. Yike is going to get Nuke one more hit, but he can't get in range. Crystallize is good. TP going to be burned. Here's Rooster. Vanguard's edge flash. Now Blade Surge. Full duet. Yike's dead.
It's over, it's over, it's over. Oh mein Gott, Paduk.
Shifters are breaking.
Es ist over. Oder?
The crowd gets quieter and quieter as a play from Rooster on Aurelia sets the scene.
There are four very happy men in the crowd as Shifters managing to get the play that they needed. Look at move over towards the Baron. The exhaust and Paduk is down, but it's only 3 members of KC.
Kana has the burst, doesn't have the ulti, goes in. Protobelt doesn't hit anyone with the twofold extra weeding onto Bukata, but the wall.
Kana ist komplett wow, die Wall.
Reset for Rooster, a blade surge.
Oh mein. No fucking way, er lebt noch.
He's dead, but Baron not yet until now. Shifters have the play, 5,000 gold, and I see the flag waving, as you said, Dagda.
So, ich call's jetzt. Dieses Game ist unlosable. So, dieses Game ist unlosable. Ihr habt gehört.
And immediately exhausted the Actualizer rise. Yahoo has to run for the hills, and it's that moment.
Es ist unlosable.
Buys the damage that is needed from Paduk, and here Kana misses everything, and it ends up being Kalist, who just barely gets enough damage to finish off.
BS, Dagda. That wall is so broken. Nicely done from Nuke. Kalist gets away luckily. I mean, I thought Rooster was going to find the killers. He's now respawned. He's got a hole breaker, a BF sword, and Bukata almost a pick onto Yike. Goes into the clone, but Baron is down. Shifters only have 1,000 gold with it, but they have 2 minutes more that they can now play through it.
Yahoo trying to see if he can establish himself again on the side lane. Going to be matched by Rooster. No teleport on the Aurelia. And Realm Warp is available for Yahoo. This may be the moment.
Korrektor If-Vego ist mathematisch falsch, ja.
This is KC throwing their Hail Mary.
It's going to start onto Bukata, the Cyclone, finding him with a Heartbreaker. Tidal waves on.
Schaut's euch an. Schaut sie euch an. Das ist Heritage. Das ist Shifters Heritage. Wie schafft ihr das? Oh mein Gott. Ihr seid so fucking pathetic. This is so crazy. Ihr seid so unglaublich pathetic. Oh mein Gott. Das ist so crazy. Es ist no joke. Wieder mal ein Doctor Strange von den Shifters. Oh. Alter. Das ist so insane.
Shifters thought they had it all, and KC take it from them in one fell swoop.
Yike again, playmaker. As Rooster, I mean, Dagger, look at this play. Like, he almost finds Yike, but the clone timing great. If he gets a reset there, starts blade surging it up. Maybe, just maybe, is GA now picked up by Rooster. That wasn't used in the last play. 4-item Aurelia. Shifters are now only 1,000 gold up though. KC were down about 4k against Baron, which is a -3k Baron power play by Red Bull.
Oh.
Until this infernal soul.
Also die Shifters, die können immer noch gewinnen, by the way. Nur, dass wir auf derselben Page, die können immer noch gewinnen.
KC who had to find that miracle fight, but now
Die können immer noch gewinnen, es ist immer noch möglich.
TP to mid. It is Yike who is separated, and it's Shifters who are calling that KC set up on Dragon 2.
Wer outscaled, das ist scheißegal, wir sind in Europa. Hier gibt es kein Outscale, hier gibt es nur, wer spielt schlechter. Was? 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 LOL! Mit seinem Based. Sick. Oh mein. Dr. Strange, offiziell mal wieder geschafft. Mal wieder den Dr. Strange. Das ist so fucking insane. Ey, wie kannst du das verlieren? Das ist crazy.
They play it slow and Shifters go into the choke. With a Nami wave that seals the deal. Shifters are
Wie kannst du zu 0 geknallt werden?
It is not for Dragon, it is for the game end for KC.
Crystallized burst onto Busio, Glacial Storm, Busio about to die, Protobell from Nuke will help, Kana about to die as well, a soccer ball out, another Crystallized, a double.
Die können nicht finishen, oder? Actually, die können nicht finishen.
But they don't get it. They didn't delay. Shifter turned to fight.
Oh.
Now it's KC who are scrambling back over towards the
Bei
Dragon.
den Games wegen sich schlechter geworden. Hey, schnall dich an, Freund.
Back over.
Oder Freundin, eins von beiden, schnall dich an.
Just got so much more interesting.
It really did. I was already encapsulated by the draft from Shifters, but now these fights so meticulous as Casey found the choke.
But it's as Shifters run up into this area.
Das war sehr sick von Yahoo.
It's the Nami wave that really
Das war sehr sick von Yahoo.
stuck in the base as Busio cuts off the rest of the team. So Yike dives in to follow up, and Paduk can't survive. He gets the exhaust on Yahoo, but there's too much damage to follow.
Nein.
Rooster.
Rooster's found out the level 19. He's got a force duet, Defiant Dance. After the Vanguard's dead with a blood.
Bruder, Actualizer. Seraphs Schild ist so lächerlich. Das ist. Bro, das war gerade in 1200 HP oder sowas. Was ist das für eine Frechheit?
Are gonna push the duo of KC away from the bottom lane.
Junge, Junge, Junge.
25 seconds. Baron is available in 45 seconds.
Hey.
It's when
Nee,
Rooster
Mann.
spawns. So Shifters are trying to chase down Yike, trying to stop.
Flyquest führt 1-0 und es steht 1-0 für Griffin.
And the movement speed from Ricardo's great spectral Morn's gonna hit Yike.
Haben Zusage für unsere neue Wohnung bekommen heute. Woo!
TP gonna be burned. Casey's
Glückwunsch!
Let's take it. GA available as well. Yahoo flashes in after run wall. Ricardo gets out with a heartbreaker. But look at Yahoo. Look at Kana. Burst flashed away from Ricardo.
Was passiert hier? Wie ist Khalid's tot? Brother, what are we doing? Yahoo ist auch tot.
Yahoo goes golden as well. You about to die. Going to
What are we doing?
trade, but no reset. Ricardo can't get
Oh mein Gott, das ist Healing. Emilio. Busio Ulti. Trifft er.
What the hell? Where did this fish come from? Yike gets over the wall. Ricardo spectral maul. Bit of a
Nein, nein, what? Wie OP ist Emilio? Oh mein Gott, das Shielding.
hell are we at?
So the 280 carries end up fighting with Busio trying to help. But with their last
Wo laufen wir hin? Wir laufen zu Nash. Können die Nashen? Die können Nashen. Oh mein Gott.
This was why KC were fighting 3v4 in that river. And
Okay,
Shifters
der nächste Nash für die Shitters.
now with Baron, Shifters turn their focus. But
Der nächste, Junge, er ist reported erstmal. Er ist Triforce into Collector into Deathsync gegangen. Ey, es reicht.
we'll see this as we start to get into it.
Mir reicht's.
Play. Kalista, Busio trying to make the play, but Paduk rinses them. The dodge away.
Wow.
Final moment gets the kill, and that's why Busio came in from behind. But this is where we get to see what Shifters were attempting to do. Yike didn't get to reset.
Anivia's balanced, by the way.
And then suddenly KC feel like they have to save him with that GA. But as they go in, Okada manages to escape thanks to the heal from Milio, and then Nuke getting a ton of damage off.
Nie wäre so OP. Was normaler Vego-Bild? Naja, nicht Death Sense. Also wenn du Death Sense willst, dann gehst du 100 Sky Second.
Kills off Yahoo. Yike goes low. And it's a follow-up from Yike who tries to do.
Wenn du Crit gehst, dann gehst du, well, du kannst Collector Second gehen, aber es ist mathematisch falsch. Du gehst, glaube ich, Shield Bow Second into LDR Third oder sowas.
Re-attempt the Baron, but he thinks he can take it. But there's too much healing from this.
Healing von Medio ist so insane.
So Baron in Shifter's hands again. Kana found out. Crystallize won't reach. Kana gets out in the nick of time. Bukata, again, all it takes is a reset dagger. This Viego, he gets one kill, and the game hits down like dominoes.
But we're seeing the exact same thing again. KC splitting the map. Rooster pushing in bottom lane. Yahoo pushing top. Nuke gonna answer. Yahoo use the Realm Warp to get there, though. That's why Yike now gonna be spotted on the ward as he tries to help him.
Lusch mir höhere Prio als SHFT, ne.
Shifters to push in onto the bot tier 2. Sorry, the bot lane.
Nein.
Make the play, no way.
Blast cone, Nuke has found out he's got no egg. Crystallized, there it is, the wall, but he flashes away. Yike, Cyclones. That Flash Frost was dodged, but KC meanwhile...
Was? Was?
On to Kalist, is it too deep?
Was?
Kalist alive, but not...
Oh mein Gott, macht der Lucian Damage.
Jumps in, wait.
Warte, es ist lost. Es ist over, es ist over.
Reset, two members of KC trying to back
Nuke
in
has stopped it.
time.
Nuke has stopped it. He got the wall. Nuke has held on. KC, they may just...
Es ist lost, oder?
Shifters trying to get their dreams up.
Oh, Lucian. Es ist over. Oder?
With a draft like this, Nexus turrets are down. Bare Nexus, KC have been turned into a library.
Nee, Mann. Nee, nee, nee. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Ich bin so done, ich bin so done. Das ist so crazy. Das ist so crazy. Okay, wir schauen LCS bis Game 3 startet. Nee, Mann. Nee, 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 nee. Das kann nicht sein. Ich cancel außerdem mein Interview mit. Ich cancel mein Interview mit Griffin. Glaube ich, oder? Okay.
And also over the wall, Ignar joining as well, pops him up with the shield.
Okay.
But not to be outdone, Gakkos here.
Wieso? Naja, wenn ich das Ding nicht schaue.
Very confident again. He had the Hex Drinker as well too, so he is chilling. Goes for the full on. Another Mbessa ult, another kill.
Just like I got mine. How are you guys doing on the other side?
Yeah. I mean, that honestly, that could be like a morale saver right there. Everybody on the bottom side just died, and they're looking around for some hope. And then Gakkos is like, "Don't worry, guys.
We got you Vision of Jarvan on the bot side."
Yeah,
that was us.
Jungles down here.
That was us. That was us.
Honestly, though, when you know enemy jungles down there for top laners, it's like, good.
There you go.
It's now a fair fight. I know I can all in and 1v1 this guy.
Yep, drawing pressure. But yeah, I mean, I think Serpents would actually go super hard here for Gakkos. We'll see if he wants to go. Tibber's going to get dropped by Quad, is just pushing Palafox back because there's Scrap Shield, there's the Golden Aegis, there's all of the Lulu shields. There's a lot of shields here to actually break through. So we'll be interested to see if it is going to get grabbed by Gakkos this game. As Palafox trying to bait Quad forward there, who again is missing his flash after that bot side play, and XU hanging around. They are going to look with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, FlyQuest will get this second dragon that they had started before that scrap, but of course pulled off once the fight broke out.
Yeah, so the timer on the dragon stacking is still going to be delayed because of all the fighting that went on, but they are going to keep it, you know, as one of their big win cons here. If you can get this team over to a dragon early, and you're stacking them, you draw the enemy to you.
Dass die das, also das ist, nee, no joke, diese Liga killt mich. Das ist so krank, dass sie das Game irgendwie verloren haben.
Talking about Annie with the flash, you have Mbessa and Gakkos who's been nailing these ults after ults. And once you're all the way in there with Mbessa and Pantheon ults in, and your Seraphine can just bounce the ult off the top of your heads, it's a very dangerous turn off these objectives. So dragon stacking definitely going to be a very useful tool here for FlyQuest.
Yep. I want to talk about Dignitas a little bit, though, and the fact that they've actually been very competitive against some good teams these last couple weeks. Of course, you see that they're 0-3. They are at the bottom of the standings, but they got a good win against Liquid. They got a good win against Lion. They are putting together some pretty impressive individual games, and you have to give them the respect for that. So this is the power rankings in the middle, the initial power rankings from the LCS broadcast. So They're going to look for a pick here on a Cryogen.
Guter Catch.
Get knocked up, CC down. That should be an easy kill.
Oh mein Gott, ist Exio der Goat.
You know, power ranked aggregate first was Lion and then third was TL. And they did go 1 and 2 against both those.
Draft ist aber sogar fein für Flygus, oder?
And we'll see if they have an opportunity here and are going to be able to
Okay, wir schauen außerdem das dritte Game, right? Wir schalten drüber, nur dass sie auf der selben Page sind. Wir schalten drüber.
To the observers for the lead up of that kill, because the observers just showed us all the wards being laid down, and then you had Cryogen as we get another chunk of health. Cryogen killed the pink ward finally that we were talking about for quite a long time. So they see him clear that one, and they
Beide Drafts nicht kacke, ja.
clear the one in Krugs.
Oh.
Starfall, they're looking for a dive onto Palafox, but Gakkos is already low. Don't think this one is going to work, and Ignar is rushing out there. Gakkos going to have to be careful on the exit. Might actually be forced to flash. Nice side steps on the spells, though, as Griffin getting slowed down. Will be able to just walk this one out, but that is a couple ults forced there.
Erscheint ein Bild, ja, da geht PD, ne? PD second.
Able to navigate that expertly and does survive. He's now 2-0-1. About to have his flashback up.
Yep, another Pantheon ult down now, so they have a little window here where they can try and push back out. Ignar covering for Palafox, again clearing all this vision. And the vision work really has set up quite a few of these plays. Ignar again, just solo Lulu now, because Pantheon already used ult. Solo Lulu gets to go in deep.
Was erst First Pick into Seraphine Takeaway.
Last one did result.
Ich hätte gesagt Seraphine First Pick into Ash Jarvan.
Another swing at Quad. Quad no.
Into Ezreal Pantheon.
Yes, that's like the 7th
Into Lulu.
at my head.
Wäre jetzt mein Take gewesen.
Hold onto my shield
What
always.
did he say to FBI? What did he do?
Schau nach.
Sorry, not sorry.
Ran down one of his solo queue games or something. FBI just.
Ich schaue nach.
Here comes another one.
Even when he moves the top lane, he's gotta nail this ending. Honestly, though, look at the other champions. They're all pretty hard to hit as well. You know.
I like my story more.
Yeah. The personal grudge.
Yeah, exactly.
Seraphine First Pick, Ash Jarvan, Ezreal am besser. Lulu auf 3. Ugh.
Ezreal's pretty hard to hit, even though that was actually his successful arrow.
Yep, exactly. And now Tibbers going to get dropped again onto Photon, and this time Griffin is here. Photon could be in some trouble. Teleport coming up, but Dignitas is ready to respond. The Ambessa is going to be TPing in the middle of the team, and so TP on the top side is Palafox getting chunked down. Cryogen arrives. Photon's going back to base. Exu is in a world of trouble. Has to flash away from the Encore, but going to get stunned up and knocked down. Gakkos gets another, and he wants more. Griffin flashes forward. Palafox goes between worlds as Gakkos flashes past the tower. Masu has arrived, and FlyQuest are still chasing them, but FBI is arriving on the scene here. Masu and Griffin should be able to walk this one out. Ignar trying to stop Gakkos. He is able to stop the base. Gakkos has to run because the teleport is coming back in here from Photon, but he doesn't have his equalizer, so I think that's going to be the end of things.
And they have an extra teleport on FlyQuest, so they send Quad down to bottom lane. So after this entire play, they use their extra teleport, push bot wave, get the minions down there. But here's a look at the.
Das ist wieder eine Menge. Das ist eine ganze Menge.
Set up the play here, and the real difference is when two people are teleporting in, and one of them is a top laner with a roll quest, you get a giant shield. So XU camps on Gakkos, but Gakkos comes in with that huge shield. He also doesn't even get his timing on his first EQ on the teleport arrival. Did not get that timing correct, and so he got punished immediately. Meanwhile, the Palafox teleport, he doesn't have a very big safety shield or anything. He had to get out of there. He got chunked. He had to run for his life. So kind of.
Bei Dignitas ist tatsächlich der begabteste Mechaniker in der Liga, ja.
A little bit of a panic moment for Palafox, because I expected when he arrived he would just go across the veil, because even if you get stunned, you're invis at least, right?
Yeah.
But instead he just spammed flash as he arrived, but you can't flash the Pantheon stun. So he still just got stunned on the other side of that and was down his flash very quickly. Going to be looking to crash this in mid lane. That is a healthy tower, but instead they're going to turn towards the dragon here. FlyQuest is trying to go for their third dragon. XU going to be heading into the middle of the team. The Ash Arrow is going to go splitting the uprates, and on the side, Palafox gets caught, and Palafox gets killed by Quad. The dragon is taken by FlyQuest, and the fight looks to be going their way, but FBI trying to turn things around. Gets Gakkos slow. FlyQuest, though, not done yet. Masu shifts forward. That was way too aggressive. Has to pop the barrier, has to pop the flash. FlyQuest should just leave. They're low on health. They got the dragon, but Masu getting punished for a very aggressive shift in.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a dub for them because they got their third dragon, but...
Wenn dieses Team-Champion-Spiel vernünftig hinbekommen, ja. Rot haben wir auch mal eine LEC, ja, bei Vitality. Teammates mit. Frage an euch. Frage an euch, mit wem war er da in einem Team?
Soul in 5 minutes, all good. FlyQuest.
Ja, redet mal. Komm, das wisst ihr.
Too much there. You know, tried to go with the flank
Mit Bo und mit wem noch?
through all of them, but then they left themselves isolated, and it was a good call. FlyQuest, they all pulled down to the bottom side of the fight. So FlyQuest right now, they're making the call. Okay, go down to the bottom side. Palafox is down here.
Mit Perks in der Mitte.
And so they dropped the Tibbers. They just annihilated Palafox.
Nicht mit Fat Mama. Nein. Nicht mit Fat Mama.
Pops out. He didn't really have much left. It was a long Rift Arrow drive down to.
Und mit Neon. Und dann mit Upset. Weil der wurde nämlich gebencht. Das ist richtig. Und mit Kaiser. Das ist richtig. Mit Coach. Wisst ihr auch. War auch mein Coach. Und der von Tolly. Wisst ihr. War ich mit Theo Douglas? Auch. Aber davor war dieser Bo Perks Roster. Nee, nicht mit dem Barcodes, tatsächlich mit Coach Carter. Mit Coach Carter tatsächlich. Ja.
Photon's got to get over there and try to respond because you don't want to be giving over that free plates. But mid lane is going to be knocked down by Ash at the same time. So Dignitas.
Flash Knock-up an Lulu. Ja. Auch Klassiker. Double Lift into Treats. Immer ein perfekter Move. Und von Treats into X-Matty oder Xani auch ein starker Move. Oder Brozak heißt er, glaube ich. Ich glaube, Brozak heißt er. Brozak, lol. Ja, Brozak, lol, der Toplaner. In Gen Corp. Boah. Gibt wirklich einen Player mit dem Barcode als Namen? Naja, keinen wirklichen Player. Der hat einmal ein Turnier gespielt.
You know, the 3 Dragons here, they've still got a very competitive shot at winning all of the rest.
Brozak ohne das C, ja. Zusammen ohne das C.
I mean, there's also a teleport for Annie, so they've got split push Annie going here, but they're just trying to create some extra time.
Yeah, it looks like they want to maybe try to start something. They were grouped very heavily, trying to fight for a vision. Masu forced to shift back over the wall, and the arrow comes out, nicely buffered there by Griffin, but the equalizers drop behind him. He has to flash out. In comes Palafox, the encore across multiple members, but in the backline is XU knocking down Cryogen.
Am besser ist Weak.
Gakos kills off one, and all of a sudden the wheels fall off for Dignitas. XU still alive, as is Palafox, but that is 3 kills for just the Seraphine, and XU might just get chased down. Quad gonna stun him up. Masu coming in on the side, and Gakos looking to flank in behind him. I don't know if XU has any way out of this. He will be knocked down by FlyQuest, and now it is Baron on the table. Palafox around, has his flash, has his ult, but Griffin's just going to ult right back in and start this up. Palafox trying to chunk them down. Does get a bit of damage down on the Griffin, but I just can't see how we can approach and make this happen. Feels that he has to try for it, though. Throws out the twofold head.
Okay.
Looking to get some damage down, but is stunned up there.
Nashi down. Wir warten noch Drake ab. 1 Minute. Passt. Wir warten noch den Drake ab. Da kriegen wir noch einen Drake-Fight und dann gehen wir rüber. Double Lift auf Ninja. War das Twitch Rivals oder was? Ist das dann Tyler One oder was?
Man, that ramp is just a dream fight for Seraphine. The ramp is like the exact width of a Seraphine ultimate.
Geil, der am besser Nerf den Chambers kommt Meter. Boah. So ein harter Nerf. 0,25 Sekunden Reaction Time ist schon hart. To be honest.
So really good kiting, and then the turn right through the ultimate, and Gakos, look at this big ulti through him, is just, they get annihilated. Gakos and Bessa has been hitting all game long. XU in the back line, of course, does at least punish Cryogen and kill the Seraphine, but Seraphine's job was already done.
Yeah,
Cryogen,
star, buddy.
Yeah, well done, soldier. Worthy death.
Yeah, Seraphine taking center stage. Beautiful ult by Cryogen there. And it is now just about 15 seconds until that Ocean Soul is up and available. Not the best soul, honestly, with a squishy FlyQuest team, but
Mr. Beast vs. Ninja in den Mobile Games.
Chunked down onto Griffin. Nicely timed shield came through from Cryogen, though.
So, Soul gespawnt. Den Fight schauen wir noch an, dann gehen wir rüber. Mal schauen, Game 3.
FlyQuest will take control of the river.
Shift hat Game 2 gewonnen? Ja, ja, ja.
You cannot afford to group up again and over-chase down a small line like that. So Palafox is trying to flank again. Last time he was on that bottom side Dragon flank, though, he just got blown up. This time, it is Gakos that is marking that side.
Arrow's horrible, macht nix. Equalizer ist nicht horrible.
Just gonna be able to walk it out, and that's the equalizer down as well. Not a good trade for Dig, as most of that was just absorbed.
Oh wow, it's fucked.
Has to flash away there from Gakos, who's pushing him out. And
oh, geiler Collapse
they
jetzt.
can actually look for a fight here on the other side if they want, but for now, their eyes are on the Dragon. It looks like Dignitas has made the tough call to just...
Was laut ist eine sehr unterhaltsame Series. KC vs. Shifters, super Series.
Big dub. The attempts at the flanks on the bottom side here for Powerfox getting rebuffed again.
Das ist immer noch Pause.
Honestly, he's not under a tremendous amount of threat at all. Either solo laner, he can deal with very easily. He has his Hex Drinker still, but he's also so far ahead and so rich. He's going to take multiple members. So 4-1 split push, very easy for them. XU's looking for some sort of flank here, but even if they got that, it might just be...
Hanegage drauf.
Palafox tried to go forward. Insta McHale's from Ignar is not enough to save him, and Gakko's in the back line looking for the Ash. The Encore connects, and FBI
GG.
has sang his final song, knocked down by FlyQuest, as Palafox just kind of wandered through the team there. Didn't even
Wie das vorhin bei Fnatic.
for damage. I'm not
Gut.
sure what happened there. Maybe a little bit of mispathing, but FlyQuest, I think they're going to claim the game right off that.
It's looking good. Gakko's leading the charge here for FlyQuest in game number 1.
FlyQuest marching on the Nexus here. It's Photon and XU trying to make something happen. The Cataclysm comes out, but just going to donate another
GG.
kill to Gakkos.
Okay.
5-0-4 on the Mbessa, looking so strong on the carries. The Equalizer is going to get dropped just to pad the damage numbers a little bit, but FlyQuest will eventually knock this Nexus down and claim.
Game down. Okay, hier, 2 Minuten geht's weiter. Super. Heute wieder Multitasking. Weil das ist dabei, die mir rewatchen sollte. Boah, Fnatic Navi würde ich schon... Ey, mein Fnatic vs. Navi-Bot wurde gesperrt. Ihr Wichser. Warum? Was habe ich bei... Warte, was habe ich geschaut im VOD? Dieses Video enthält Inhalte von FA Premier League. Och, weil ich einen 10 Sekunden Twitter-Clip geschaut habe. Das kann nicht wahr sein. Oh mein Gott, Bro. Nein. Okay. Das muss editiert werden. Och, Mann, ey. Dachte wegen Refcam, ne, das war gestern. Das noch nicht. Cuts halt raus. Ja, bin doch dabei. Aber wo war das denn schon wieder? Fuck sake, kurz Werbung. Die Cam war es? Nee, das war schon... Wo war das schon wieder, Mann? Oh. Fuck's sake. Okay, Moment, ich bin das kurz. (17:38), das war nach Game 1 dann. Right, das war nach Game 1. Ja.
Now, we're not going to lie, it has been a long night. We're a little bit cooked. It's been 7 hours of casting just about, and for some reason, Shift has decided to get us one of their best matches.
It was a sick game.
On elimination point.
Da war's, hab's.
It's a great game. I loved it.
Yeah, and I'm sad this is the first time we've seen this from Shifters, because it was insane.
Wie schneide ich den Scheiß jetzt hier raus?
Great team fighting. Rooster again coming out clutch in some of these top lane
Wie schneide ich den Scheiß jetzt raus?
Like, this was insane to see.
And then I will say Paddock's solution was sick. Like, that was great.
Editor?
Dude,
we're 2 for 2.
Wie schneide ich dich jetzt hier raus? Du Drecksau.
We're changing as a region. I don't know, but our Koreans also pretty good. KC, I don't think they knew what hit them either. I think the biggest thing about that game was like they didn't know how to approach that draft, because even though they found ways to come back, it was like Shifters never took their foot off the pedal.
Yeah, do you think they like sat there and went, yeah, of course, in this scenario, we're going to play against Irelia, Viego, Lucian bot lane, and then we're like, of course, this is what we're going to see, you know?
We know how to approach this. This is normal. This is okay. I mean, Shifters, by the way, if you're wondering, kept themselves alive in the LEC. Now, their chances are so slim because they're 0-5 out of a possible 9 series played. However,
Okay, warte. Der Ausschnitt ist bei...
And KC, if they lose this next game, it will be their first series loss in LEC Spring. And can you imagine saying who it's against? Yeah. Shifters, the team we thought was going to be 10th or 9th.
Maybe KC really are just the new G2.
Okay, bei 47, Junge. Das ist gemacht, alles gut, ich krieg das auch hin, glaube ich. Ich weiß auch nicht, ich glaube, es ist halt schon permanent gesperrt, das heißt, ich muss einfach neu hochladen jetzt. Wir laden es nochmal neu hoch.
It got me excited regardless if Shifters get knocked out of LEC. If we see more drafts like that and their ability to pull it off, what a new direction it would be for the team. Stop playing standard boring drafts. If your players can do that, give us some fun crap. Like that's what we want to see. Stop trying to play a style that probably doesn't suit your players.
But to be fair, like I don't even think like Shifters play a particularly uninteresting style, right? Like when you look at what Rooster's been playing, he's willing to bring out all these carries in the top lane, and traditionally it's just been this just culminated together. Yeah. Like the biggest criticism more so of Shifters has been that when it hits the 25 minutes, it goes wrong. People get caught, then the head goes down, and constant mistake after mistake follows. This time around, though, we'll have to see as we start to get into Game 3 what the plan is going to be, because already, once this draft comes up, there's some spicy picks that are going through right now on my screen.
Yeah, Shifters just locked in a virus. Now, again, Rooster plays some spicy picks. Yeah. So, after what we saw in Game 2, honestly, I'm starting to think about Yorick. I'm starting to think about Malphite, Silas. I mean, the world is a Shifter oyster right now. Casey did first lock in the Lulu. You can't see it on your screen yet, but shortly that will be popping up. Because in Game 3 draft, oh my god, they can cook. And Nico also just got locked in, so chances are that's a 2v2.
I mean, imagine this Lulu Yunara here. Kana did play the Varus top yesterday, so very, as you say, a high chance that this Varus does go into the top lane. But I do wonder if that's the case, what do you put into the bottom lane to answer? Because I'm not really sure what you can send to answer into Lulu Yunara with, you know, Porky Nami gone, Ezreal Karma gone, Ash Seraphine taken off the board.
It has to be Yunara, you're right? Like, surely. Even if you take it into a lane that you might get bullied in, if that is a Varus bot. As Nocturne gets locked in, there's no Orianna. That was taken away by Yehu in the first game. There's no Aurora pairing with it either, which is another popular pairing, so the Nocturne needs something else.
Yeah, I think it's so. The Nocturne is an interesting one because I think the Lulu can help it out quite substantially in the early plays. It's funny to me to see things out just completely bypassed in this sort of situation as well. As that's been one of the picks I look out for a lot when I see Yike playing. But they've gotten past their 80 carry as well. So this could easily start to turn in towards things like, you know, Aphelios Lulu, Jinx Lulu, if the Yunara is now taken away.
No, right? That's not going to be locked.
I was going to say, I think Annie does, I was going to say relatively okay into it. This is a nuke special, though. The Cassiopeia is something he's been willing to fall back to as a comfort pick in a lot of these later portions.
So, ich glaube, ich hab's.
And now into the Annie, like, not your traditional mobility, but definitely against the composition that I think is going to be relatively short range. It can work out. And I imagine what they're going to start to do is ban away Jinx, ban away Yunara, and try to force Kalista onto something like this.
Okay, ich glaube, ich hab's. So.
Can try and outrange.
Cassie auf 3. Nocturne, Lulu, Annie. Is this human?
I was looking at the lights. I got really distracted by the lights.
I know you. It's
the audience heard, that's the main thing, I'm sorry.
But there's the Zinzao taken away that we were talking about, right? So you still want something from Bukata that can try and fight toe-to-toe in these early stages. Like, so Jarvan, Zinzao, Pantheon taken away. You want a jungler that can fight. Could be a Lee Sin
Or
for Bukata.
Okay.
So,
hier läuft immer noch LEC, ja.
It's not the end of the world. The only thing
War Casey schlecht oder Shift ist unerwartet gut? Shift ist unerwartet gut. Aber also gut ist ein Spektrum, aber unerwartet. Unerwartet. Trifft sehr gut. Unerwartet trifft sehr gut.
have like impact in the early stages and try and take the Lee Sin to get into lanes very quickly. Because if this Varus does go top, you have a lane that's very volatile and you can try and dive within that top lane. The Annie, you can try and
So, wenn Varus Top Lane geht, haben die ein Problem, tatsächlich. Also.
You got the Nico bot to set you up, but Lee Sin loves lanes that enable him to gank. And I think with both the Varus and this Nico, if they are separated, you'd have enough, but we'll have to see.
It is a good theory craft, isn't it? There's going to be jungle here, you'd expect. Oh,
okay.
The Bukata Sejuani. Now, Sheo on Team Heretics when they played this at least twice. Not sure if it was all three, but regardless, that's a bit of setup here. And it makes me
So, schauen wir mal.
bot because they're going to look for something like a Renekton top. Just, I mean, because pairings with Sejuani melee, right?
Yeah.
Like, it does feel like either tank or something like a Renekton, a Bruiser that's melee. As KC are playing it safe, front to back, or at least a tank front line.
Yeah, it does feel like, though, they're kind of been snookered into the Jinx angle. Like, I can't think of...
Right now, we see this rewatch worthy, yeah.
...pair the Lulu with. And again, it's fine to scale into the later portion of the game with. Not going to do particularly well in trying to match the push from this.
Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob ich den KC Draft so feier.
Actually, Sivir, true.
Oh, man.
Is the other answer to just try and match the push. Because I don't think you have enough with the Jinx there. So Sivir, more than likely going to be the play. And then, yeah, as you say, very strong front to back, simple team fight composition from KC with Yike having the ability to try and make plays with his ultimate. That would be spicy.
Hold up.
Jora last pick.
No, KO won't get locked in, right? Oh my god. Dagda, I have foresight. It's that.
Ich glaube, das ist, no joke, das ist kein gut, ich glaube, das ist legit kein gutes Olaf-Game. Oder nicht das beste Olaf-Game. To be honest.
I love it. You know what? You're impressing me today. No matter what happens, 6-7 by the way. Good one. Olaf locked in for Rooster. I mean,
Ich glaube, es ist nicht das Beste, was es gibt.
Look, I'm 31. I don't really get it, but I do understand that shifters have got style. You know?
Yeah.
Impressive day for them.
What shifters do have is some really cool gold bullets.
Yeah.
Sejuani ultimate, Chains of Corruption, non-committal engage that can try and enable them to start fights. If they get those fights started, they just breeze past the front line. Like, Sion does not stop Olaf, and you have a short-range AD carry in the Sivir on the opposite side. She will not survive fights if Rooster gets ahead. So if I'm shifters, focus from Bukata to get this Olaf into a position where he can become a major threat and take over in fights. And from there, I think you're in a good spot. On the flip side, for KC, I think you've kind of got to stall the ball a little bit. Wait for Yike to hit that level 6, and then you've got these windows we can try and play around with pseudo engage tools on with Boosty on the bottom lane, with Nocturnal into the wall growth. And for the Annie, she has great engage setup for this Nocturne. So this is a slow the game for KC, and shifters want to like just put it into drive.
So.
Immediately.
Do it again, KC.
KC hat kaum engaged, ja, aber Shifters hat engaged und die werden engagen.
At the end of last game, if you didn't hear,
Mal sehen, ich finde den Olaf-Engel nicht unbedingt so geil.
they were upset, and shifters found a win that was so styled. Bukata's getting invaded on.
Ja, der Blind-Teammate von Yike wäre hier gut.
They back off, and that'll be just about.
Macht's nicht, okay.
As you said, running over.
Potenzieller Olaf-Move ist das nicht gut. Ja, checke.
I'm curious about top lane. I see if Rooster can accelerate, as you said, Bukata. I mean, he's got a lane to gang. He's got the setup, but with Sejuani and Olaf early, how much fun is Kana going to have is the real question.
Not much.
Again.
Yeah. It's if Rooster just gets to chase you down at any point in time, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's, as Kana, you don't have many ways to stop him. You kind of have to stand still to get your Q to prevent it. And you can see Rooster already setting up, trying to proc the Conqueror to try and go for some of the early plays. Kana taking the shield to try and deny some of the early poke that can come through. But especially as you start to tick over to like level 3, you play around your full kit being enabled. I think that's really where we see Rooster start to take over.
I'm curious about Soul as always, because Chemtech Soul, Olaf, one of the best champions, to utilize it as well, as he just thrives below 50%. Meanwhile, if we're talking about below 50%, Paddock in a bit of trouble here in the early lane as Kalista and Boosty got level 2 first.
Boah, dann einfach Perma pushen.
Maybe an
Guter Invade-Engel.
But Bukata is also this side of the map.
Yeah. It does mean that
Guter Invade-Engel.
Rooster ends up completely isolated on the bounce back.
Bist du die natürlich mal im komplett.
Dangerous time for the Sion, because then you've got the long ranges Rooster
Spotted, oder?
to try and fight him.
Ja,
and chase him
gespottet. Der weiß, dass er da ist.
That's where the
Du sie schauen, hallo Azuka.
Like at the moment, using the push down the boss, at least was set up for an advantage himself.
Yike taking this blue buff. Bukata takes a long way around to Gromp. It's a win for Yike. He's got topside to clear. I mean, nice timing off the invade, and honestly, good roam from Busio to support.
So I'm still watching just this top lane wave, because this is where the freeze starts to kick in. And it's a little bit of a big wave, so maybe Rooster won't quite be able to.
Bei dem Schaf auf Twitter.
This moment where Kana is a little bit overextended and you can look to chase him down, but he should be fine. The wave a little bit too big, I think, for Rooster to really try and play around it.
Counter invade, maybe to get some deep vision, or go the long way around for a gank. Bukata, he can't go through Tri-Brush. He has to go around the Krugs. He's going to Tri-Brush.
No, he's just piecing out.
Assault, okay. Getting a bit of information. And he'll get bot scuttle while, again, Yike is up. He took away the blue buff.
Yeah, hasn't gone out for the Scuttle Crab quite yet. Gonna now, it looks like, wrap around into... Actually, no, not going to take it. So moving back down towards his Raptors. So this will delay the level, or the second crab spawn pretty substantially. But Yike has already picked up at least a little bit more when it comes towards the experience. So he's less reliant on that Scuttle Crab to hit his level 6. And this will now deny Bukata a Scuttle Crab to tick over to level 6. So it'll actually give it a little bit of an advantage towards Yike when it comes to just the experience he managed to pick up thanks to the blue ball.
And also, you know, throwing off that, like, where Bukata's going to go next, right?
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's nice as, who might be in a bit of trouble waiting for the Arctic Assault. He's got a stun up, flash.
Flash.
The flail not going to do much, but Yehu now down a flash.
Next year's dann schon, ja.
Out of there before the miasma connected, so still able to flash away. You can see pressure already from shifters, and this is what got the last game started for them. Was a couple of nice plays from Kata to try and open up, burn some summoner spells, and look to punish later on. We'll have to see if that's going to be a similar.
EWC EMEA Qualifier, Online Qualifier für World Cup, für Esports World Cup.
I think also it felt like as Barry going to be used. Really good timing here from Paddock, so he gets the back off. As Kalist getting autoed by Trimby. Good damage here. In fact, Kalist. If there's a Q, Kalist, hang on a minute. Trimby's out of mana. That's the only thing probably saving him from a potential Tangle Barbs.
I was keeping an eye on the W prop though, because I'm pretty sure Nico with that 4th auto attack would have killed Kalist.
Agreed. But, Tangle Barb is there. On the turret, hang on. Boosie almost does it with the minions, but now getting chased down. Paddock, he's gone lethal 10.
On hit Varus.
And Boosie with the glitter lance. Going to be safe for now. Shield over the help picks. Nice hail of arrows. A slow flash. Busio heals, then flashes. The piercing arrow. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Very lucky to be alive. Was hoping to get the kill and ends up coming back to bite him. Both summoners now down in the Lulu, but Paduk did end up trading his as well. So both sides a little bit more vulnerable after that trade. But I think for shifters, Sejuani going to be in a much better position to try and take advantage of that. Although, as I say, that Yike close enough to that level 6 now.
As soon as we get that first paranoia, I mean, it tells the game, really. First couple of paranoias, you'll hear any analyst, any caster talk to you about how important they are. We talk about getting the game rolling, or at least stopping the game rolling for shifters. If you're KC, Yike mitigating some of these lanes going to be important. Remember, no flash on the Annie as Petrifying Gaze is up and available now, but Nuke holds on. Tibbers comes out instead after the Noxious Blast.
Sieht aus, Grüße. Sieht gut aus.
Offers around the mid lane.
Sieht gut aus.
What can he find here as he starts up enemy Raptors?
Yeah, but this is what we're talking about, right? With no Scuttle Crab up, this is Bukata's play to try and answer for the experience deficit that he found himself in. Doesn't quite get him to level 6, but also denies Yike that level 6. So now Bukata can move back up towards his top side, get the Crab, move back in towards his red, and it's now going to be a battle as actually Yike looks like he's in position to move up towards his top side and get the Scuttle Crab first.
Which will be 6, as you said. Pretty close here. Pings are going down. I think Bukata wants to defend topside respawn. So it really is this push and pull game in jungle right now. These mental mind games. Red buff is up. Yike, as we said, paranoia is going to be achieved. As there it is. Okay, he's going for the invade in the same time. Will Bukata get this in time is the question.
Bukata has no smites. Yike does. So this is where he could end up trying to be a little bit sneaky and steal away that red buff. Which is going to be
Shit, das hat ein Win, ja.
Right now it doesn't have information, or rather does, but around the wall's not going to find it. Smite comes in on Raptors, red buff for Bukata, who just picked up Glacial Prison. Arctic Assault over the wall, but Yike is already out of there. Another steal, another small advantage here for Yike.
Bukata missed the ward though with that sweeper. I thought it would be in the back of red pit, but instead it was actually in the pit itself. Doesn't really give too much away. We just know that Bukata has left to go from his top side of the, has left from that red pit. But you can see the pings there. Doesn't know if he's gone towards.
He's
taking a different route. So at the moment,
er hat noch keinen Flash.
lost track of Bukata.
Wow. Schön von Nuke. Und Yike ist auch noch down. Wow, 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 wow.
It's the permafrost.
Sexy.
And a double over to Nuke. What a big play for Shifters.
Bukata lose the fact that he was spotted to the bench, but
Nuke's down.
Wow, 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 wow.
Noxious blast down. I mean, it's been such a long day, that permafrost. That was crazy.
It was perfectly orchestrated, because that's what I was talking about. They didn't catch the ward, but basically the ping goes down onto Krugs here to be like, I think Bukata's gone to finish out clearing his top side. So that's why they weren't expecting.
Auf dem Q-Timer geultet. Sehr gut.
Yike tries to respond, but there's too much damage already in this mid lane.
Sehr gut.
Yike can't get anything right there. Even with Busio showing up, there's no hope that he can save him.
I think Nuke today has had a pretty decent day. I mean, the first game, like a little bit slow off the bat.
I mean, Zero Oriana was not his.
He had an insane shuffle that could have been game-breaking if Shifters weren't in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Last game, though.
I think it's also hard to point to someone in Shifters that had a good game in that game one, you know?
I mean, that is, it is difficult. There was such a stomp. Game 2, his Anivia was crazy good. On the hunt, spin pop, we look towards bottom lane. Paddock in a lot of trouble. He slowed down.
Sehr schön, er ist tot. Well played.
Couple of autos, barrier.
Gute Ulti von, war wahrscheinlich nur Sonic, aber trotzdem gute Ulti von Busio. Super.
Kalist on the board.
KC relying on their old reliable in that bottom lane with Kalist. The engage, perfect. They knew that Paddock could already use that flash to try and get the kill out to Busio earlier. With the Ghost, with that on the hunt, they close the distance. Yehu, though, is the next point of contact here for Shifters.
Ulti gleich wieder ab bei Bukake.
Bukata didn't have that ultimate up quite yet.
What about where Yike is? Paranoia was used before, but it's almost up and available again. French casters, I think it's Kometo hyping up Kalist. That kill's going to mean so much, especially when Cassiopeia, when Nuke just got many resources in the mid lane. There's a lot of focus around this lane as Noxious Blast is dodged away by Yehu, grounded by the Miasma as Bukata hovering with the Glacial Prison again. Yehu, his flash is available, but they're consistently bullying him on the side of Shifters.
It's easy to focus.
Kein Merksach von Nuke überrascht mich ein bisschen tatsächlich. Schon greedy. Er macht es sehr gut mit den Ults.
Here's Trimby to support. Yehu is getting down to half HP as Nuke is going to walk down. Opportunity for Dragon now arises.
They don't really have full control though. Yehu going to reset. No real push that they can speak of in bot lane. Like, it's just going to be matched by Kalist as they come in. And now you got an Annie coming back with full HP, but Bukata may just have it. That's a dangerous TP spot.
Turns off the lights. Paranoia there. Dragon.
Oi, 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 oi. Nuke hat noch Flash up.
Flash to nothing. Dragon goes down, but Shifters now all over the place. As Nuke goes for the follow-up. He's running out of mana, but not enough to get the Serpentine's Grace. Running to Yike. A third kill out of the Twink Fangs Connect. He's got the mana now, and KC have to be careful. Nuke willing to step up, a 3-kill.
Aha, wir sind schon wieder fertig. Allesamt.
1.5k gold lead in Dagda. They're running again.
Usually I'm here to praise KC for the decision making, but it has not been it.
Wild Growth, it's going to save his life. Hail of Arrow is not up and available, otherwise Paddock would have had a kill. Flank Nuke is coming in yet again. The Rod of Ages, Cassiopeia, 1.3k gold lead. He got another kill.
But as we look at this, watch the
Games waren lange, plus die Pausen bei diesem Event sind immer ein bisschen länger. Och, Trimby. Oh, Trimby, das ist perfekt.
Position there to keep the fight separated. Yehu comes in and gets a single Q with no stun on it. And Shifters, all 4 members can immediately turn on to the play on the bottom side. KC split, indecisive, and Shifters are punishing.
Nuke, I mean, another kill. He gets the mana from the kill as well. He's 20 CS up, and it's a new approach. This game, I thought, okay, maybe they'll just enable Roost to play to the melee lane with Bukata. But Bukata consistently playing around mid, now around bot. Everything's looking great. And what was a stomp in game one, it's quickly changed in this series with Shifters finding new success. Shifters finding new confidence here against KC.
Yikes, still needs to be careful.
Undertow, it's going to be spell shooter, but a permafrost follows up. A glacial prison rather.
Holy fuck, der hat ein Stinker-Game. Holy, der hat ein Stinker-Game, bro.
0 and 3. Man, that's not the Yike that started this series either.
Yeah, I don't even know if that was what you wanted to spell shield there. I'll take it as slow over the permafrost any day of the week. But Yike is caught. 0.
Ja, legit Rebozo.
3 kills for
Rebozo.
This is not go over KC. Shifters have gone for comfort, and they look fantastic in these last 2 games.
2.5k gold lead, quickly running away. Experimental hexplay picked up by Paddock, but
Scheiße sowieso wieder. Ja, ist schwer. Ist schwer. Die sind alle Low Range gegen Cassio. Cassio, Onet, Varus und Olaf. Das ist sehr schwer, das zu werfen, sage ich. Bukata spielt Serious of All Time als Shifter, spielt EWC Qualifier mit Sheo. Was? Woher weißt du das? Ist das Public Information? What the hell?
This shows you
What?
they aren't out of the game yet. Yike pulls the trigger and gets his first kill.
They do get something, but... And it is nice. The fact that you're able to get that kill onto Trimby, I don't think it massively changes the hole that they're in, though. Again, like you were talking about Nuke just before that clip happened. This is his comfort pick. This is where he's been able to consistently show up on this Cassiopeia. And you get the kill bot. I actually thought you'd see Bukata immediately go over towards those Void Grubs to try and stack more of those objectives in the hands of Shifters. Just instead going to move back towards this bottom side instead.
Tibbers using the mid lane, a punish Duke Septim.
Oh, war ja. Shifters. Oh, Shifters.
A shutdown to Yahoo.
War Katze auf Kiat? Ah, okay. Oh, war ja.
And a big mistake like that costs him dearly.
Okay, maybe I have to change my tune a little bit here, because 2 quick picks, and suddenly KC not looking as rolled over as they were expecting to. This is
Shifters.
2 sloppy mistake. Well, less so for Trimby in that case, but sloppy mistake from Nuke on the mid-wave.
He gave over so much gold. We go from 1.6 to 800. Yahoo's on the board. And Nuku again looked like he's going to run the mid game. Now comes into question. 55 seconds next Dragon, but the crowd, they're turning into owls again because Yahoo got a lot of money. Someone's got a megaphone.
Yeah, the crowd is definitely coming alive.
Who gave that man a megaphone?
You don't have your own megaphone? You don't
No, I don't. I don't, but oh
Maybe
my
that's
God.
for a reason.
That's a giant megaphone. You guys can't see it, but that's the size of half of my body.
Shifters playing on the bottom side.
Livened up.
Pick for Yahoo. Just hoping that Yahoo steps forward, but he's reading this. Backing away. Nuke will get the 10.
Ja, zu Rogue hätten wir was anderes noch.
Again, I think like Shifters happy if they can keep this. KC trying to re-enter here using Busio, but they see Bukata and they know that they really can't. So a lot lost here for Yahoo on the
Mein zum Olaf-Pick, ich glaube, es ist tatsächlich nicht mal ein geiler Pick gegen Sivir. Finde ich nicht so gut. Weiß ich, ob er nicht was Besseres noch gehabt hätte, aber finde ich nicht so gut gegen Sivir. Ich denke, die sind auch gerade im Gewinn, das ist crazy.
Shifters have to be careful now. Paranoia is back up and available. And Paddock, he doesn't have the enchanter like Kalist does.
Wieso steht hier 1-1? Gute Frage.
If he steps too far ahead in the lane.
Junge, ich kann nicht, warte mal, ich kann nicht Game 3 in der ersten Series schon. Das ist nicht gut. Das ist nicht gut. Das ist nicht gut. In fact, das ist horrible.
Keeping things even. The one role that I think is doing less well than I was expecting for Shifters is that top lane. Like, we were excited to see what this Olaf could do. They knew that it was into the Scion. We haven't really seen Rooster be able to take over.
Du, Varusbild ergibt Sinn. Ich glaube, die ganze Comfort Shifters ergibt Sinn, außer dem Olaf. Den Olaf finde ich nicht so gut. Morgen Eisdiele? Nee, macht erst um 13 Uhr auf am Wochenende. Da verarsche. Oh, scheiße. Oh, scheiße.
bit low. That's Trimby there. It's caught out as Kalist on the rotation into Paddock. The 1v1 turns into Kana flashing forward. Nuke.
Was macht denn? Was machen denn die Shifters? Was machen denn die Shifters? Es ist 3-2-2. 3-2-2. 3-2-2. 3-2-2. Digga, das ist nicht serious. Und Lost. Das ist nicht serious. Diese letzten beiden Games sind so krank. No joke.
So you get this done onto Nuke. The save comes through here as Bukata ends up missing on towards Yike. And this was perfect from Trimby.
For fuck's sake.
Lose Bukata, trade a jungler for jungler, you're fine. But then as they try to turn onto Kalist, I was so lost as to how this went poorly. But Shifters couldn't defend.
Warum flash Nuke nach vorne?
Take the fast track to
Ja.
The flash forward in a polymorph. Busio played this perfectly.
Hä?
And now on mid-wave, they get to play.
It might turn into a fight. Stun up onto the pick. Bukata's out of there though with an Arctic Assault. Shifters want to fight, but Casey aren't going to give it to them. Kalista's 2,400 gold ahead.
But I want to go back to that fight because
Der Olivaus ist so fucking useless, Hilfe. Und das Mika jetzt bei Busios Ready, ja.
then flashes in aggressively.
Katastrophe, Bruder.
Slow onto several members and sets up beautifully even at the end to keep Kalista alive. This was insane.
We're getting a setup here on top lane. Nuke petrifying gaze, but he can't do that at a dead man with an axe. Yahoo on a killing spree.
Oh, weia.
Change as KC pick up the ball.
Yahoo sidesteps the ultimate. Yike is on midway. Paddock's alone.
Oh, weia. Oh, weia.
Growth in the air. And KC
Der Dr. Strange, Bro, wie ist das möglich?
Shifters had control of the early game, but little bits and pieces have started to come off the engine. And it's looking a little chitty bang bang right now. This car is puttering along, but I don't know how long the wheels will stay on.
I think right now the doors are falling off. Shifters struggling to stay on board, and this game looked promising. But Tagda, that dive bot was too deep, obviously. And we talk about Kana's value. You said it yourself. Kana gets out of lane. The value he adds is immense. The CC layering is simple for KC. And now they're
So, die werden halt durchgesnowballt, oder?
five-man unit playing around.
Die Item Spikes knallen ohne Ende. Fertiger Void Stuff.
Bottom lane turret under threat. Rooster's the only one there. And the rest of Shifters are struggling to defend even their own jungle as KC turn up the pace again on the hunt, onto Rooster. He's going to Ragnarok, onto Kana, trying to chase them away. The dive is good. Permafrost, Trimby sets up his own.
Kalist. Passt.
Well, but who are they killing?
Passt. Mika, war sehr gut.
The hunt will continue. The ricochet
Mika, war sehr gut.
will take the F out of their name.
Jesus Christ.
Deep trouble. Roosters all the way in the back. You see Paddock has to step up to the fight.
Ja, Flash nach vorne war nicht so geil.
Scared. The turret is standing on a whim. Yike petrifying gaze is spell shielded.
Was macht? Bro, es ist so look you.
KC get the stun. It's Yahoo. As Paddock is trying to get it back in the
Ist das krank?
There's a kill. There's a kill. But Shifters lose their bottom lane turret and get an equal trade of blood.
Shifters are trying to find moments in these fights, but the spell shields are causing so many issues. Kalist again spell shields the slow from Paduk at the end. But we'll see it as they get the replay here. As the dive happens, KC go underneath the tower, but the ultimate from Bukata is spell shielded by Yike. And Kalist is able to use the on the hunt to get KC out from underneath the tower. Media Ragnarok, there's the spell shield from Yike. KC by space. The spell shield.
Mika, war sehr nice vom Busio.
The ultimate with Trimby's then picked off.
Schön.
At this stage, KC realized, hang on, we're going to start to push underneath the tower. Play slow. We want the tower, but instead Kana ends up launching himself in. And yeah, who tries to get the setup onto Nuke, but I think they needed to play this a little bit slower. They needed to go for the tower, but then Yike ends up overextended. Teams are split out because KC are still trying to deal with tower and the enemy. Kana tries to buy space for Yike. He ends up then getting caught. And it's small mistakes that do come back to bite KC.
Paranoia again. The Varus, what does he have? Weird flush this time. Chains of Grubs are going to launch down on Yike. Undertow. The follow-up. Rooster smacks him. Bad jungler. The axes are in the ground. Rooster
Müssen wir ihn reporten?
KC go on the defensive with shifters around Baron.
Müssen wir ihn reporten?
KC have no jungler.
Hallo?
Kana gonna step forward. Kalist
Der ist nicht gone. Ist Cap oder nicht? Der ist auf gar keinen Fall gone oder nicht? Kalist, fein. Flasht raus. Oh, er ist gone. Oder Paduk ist tot vom Dash. I geht. Junge, die haben doch genug Damage, meine ich natürlich. Oh. War gut von Nuke. Das war sehr, sehr gut von Nuke. Oh. Da ist gleich eine Nocturne Ulti. Oh mein Gott, der Ulti. The gift that keeps on giving. Und rein. Und rein da. Ist halt auch schon spät in Frankreich. Auch in Frankreich ist es schon spät. Oh.
Busio is playing this magnificently. As this engage comes through, he immediately gets the Mikhail's Crucible onto Kalist. So the turnaround starts to come through. Kalist ends up getting clipped by the axe. Trimby sees this as a chance. Spell shield.
Schönes Spell Shield into Mikhails.
Kalist gets to flash away. Busio then ends up protecting Kalist for so much of this, using what he can to get his KD carry into position. Kalist ends up trying to finish off Trimby, which then gives Bukata the chance to finish him down. But then, this is where it starts to go a bit wonky. Kana ends up going away, but Busio baits this in, playing right on the range of the Noxious Blast. Means that he doesn't get the excess damage, doesn't get into a position where he's actually a problem with dying, and then gets the kill onto the enemy jungle. If that Q would hit from Yike, he survives this as well. Busio is playing on a knife's edge to keep KC in these fights.
Thank the Lords of League of Legends, we do casting in pairs, because I couldn't explain that if you gave me like 5 Red Bulls in about 5 minutes, man. I don't know what's happening. 24 kills, 24 minutes, 2,500 gold lead for KC, but somehow Nuke is the Nuke. Nuke is 2,500 gold ahead.
But it's the Kalist, the 80 carry.
Tibbers, Ragnarok, Paranoia.
Das ist die vierte Defensive oder Volt.
Teleport is going to bring Nuke in. He's got a petrifying gaze, but no flash available. Dragons up in a minute 30 to take stock of the game for Shifters. They do have Soul Point upcoming if they can pick it up, but KC backing off, maybe thinking about Baron.
It's Kalist, the captain for KC, versus the
What do you mean?
player of Nuke for Shifters. This is what this game has come down to. And it's can Kalist keep the uptime that he needs?
So, gleich AI fertig, dann knallt's.
Because at this stage,
Gleich AI fertig, dann knallt's.
one of them can take over a fight. And there's just so much support for Kalist thanks to the boost.
Beide Midlaner kein Rocket Belt, beide Teams, beide wollen Damage machen, das ist krank.
And we're waiting for that to come through. A lot of that option for Shifters is on Trimby. And Trimby's ultimates have been bloody fantastic this game.
Oh, I agree.
But it's just follow-up is just not quite there. And KC's front line is just stronger.
Kana running in, it must be because it's 11:15. These players are getting a bit silly. But it's KC ready to keep the undefeated streak. Tangle Bar's going to connect onto Kana. He's found Noxious Blast.
Er ist schon sehr tanky, ne? Super. Sie kauft keine Magic Pen. Wie? Die hat doch Void, die Annie. Annie hat doch Void.
But Shifters are the ones who are healthier. Kana is the one who has to teleport in.
Yeah, who hasn't been spotted though? He's playing on the flank. Knows thanks to that sweeper that he hasn't. So trying to see if he can find this flank opportunity.
Ich meine, bei Shifters auch. Ja, ich glaube, es ist wahrscheinlich bei Nuke in Making jetzt.
And Nuke are all waiting for him.
Kana's back with no ulti just yet.
Oh, Paduk.
Shifters found out Paduk isolated. Paduk, big miss.
Tot. Der Hausmeister. Wow. Aber ist es gut? Ist es gut? No way. Die Ricochets. Oh mein Gott, sie machen noch so viel Damage. Die Ricochets haben noch 2 Leute gekillt fast. Ist das krank. Free Rooster.
Taken the gloves off and they are throwing haymakers in every single fight. We see it as this one kicks off. Yike immediately catches Paduk, who's trying to stay in behind Bukata, but Bukata abandons him and he has nowhere to go with no flash. As Yehu goes into this play, it's the Ragnarok and again Trimby. The focus on Trimby with these engages because it enables Olaf to chase down Kalist, who gets caught.
Ist so am Arbeiten. Die Ricochets machen noch so viel Arbeit da.
And with both of them down, Nuke gets taken out as well. These fights teeter on a knife's edge. And there's so little that is making the difference when we're going back to live as we're caught.
Ach, nächster Fight. Nee, geil. Aha. Nuke ist Level 16, by the way. Sie wäre fertiges AI hier, aber Nuke ist Level 16 und da ist eine Level 14 Handy auf meinem Screen. Oh. Was? Kalist? Kalist? Ja, GG. Free win. Oder? Ist es ein Free win? Kalist holt hier aus. Ja, nicht mehr so free. Er ist schon free, aber ist nicht so free.
I cannot state enough that might secure Dragon for KC.
It will secure. Shifter is saying we don't care, it's a second Dragon.
Hier kriegt man was für sein Geld geboten, genau. Deswegen Sub mit Prime oder Tier 1. Richtig. Scheiß Kostümer.
That could have gone significantly worse for Shifters.
Okay. Take a breath. Baron's up. Baron's up. I see a lot of ultis burned.
Ja, also Yahoo braucht auf jeden Fall seinen Flash.
Making waves in fights. Shifters have to approach Casey in river first. Dagda, break it down before I break.
So you got 4 items now for Kalist. He's incredibly strong. Nuke has that Seeker's Arm Guard available, which is going to help.
Ja, der Varus ist relativ useless.
A little bit more Yahoo. If he can get that Seeker's Arm Guard off before the key abilities from this Annie go off, he's in a great spot.
Kein Flash auf Nuke jetzt.
No flash on Annie makes her significantly less threatening in these fights. And you're looking at Trimby, who's been
Morgen um 8 Uhr in Düsseldorf sein Fahrradmarathon.
in keeping
hoch.
fight spread out, trying to buy space for the back line. Paduk with 3 items could be good. Kana.
Hallo? Kana? Kana, brother? Brother, Kana?
He thought he could stand and hold his ground, but he was wrong.
There was no world he's going to be able to do that. The percentage max HP damage from this AP Varus is going to shred through Kana. And now, Trimby, they don't see
Bitte, lass es.
He's got
2 Items fertig bei
heal though. An angle for Trimby as he comes in as a minion. But Baron, Paranoia turns the lights off. 5 versus 4.
4K.
Found out Permafrost sent in, brother. Glacial Prison. Yike wants to come in for the steal. No, it's secured by
Was?
Shifters in the end. Yike gets Tangle Buzz. He's going to go into GA. And Wild Growth has just been used. Tippers on the side will get Trimby.
Kalist ist gut mit Mikaels.
He gets cleansed out. But Shifters.
Boah, der Varus gerade. Oh, Kalist. Oh, Nuke down. Paduk down. Oh. Honor meine Lulu. Sofort die Lulu honern. Oh. Sofort Boost hier honern. Es ist over, oder? Oh mein Gott, es ist over. Sofort Boost hier honern. Es ist over, oder nicht? Jawohl. Jawohl. Sie können nicht finishen, oder? Nee, ist nicht over. Ist nicht over. Ist nicht over. Ist nicht over. Ist nicht over.
As inhibitor mid is going to fall, but they can't end yet. Casey can't overstep. 31 minutes in. 40, how many? 39 kills. And we go on.
The fight here, Trimby couldn't get in, Yike ends up going down, but it's Kalist versus Nuke that defines this. As Yike goes in, can't get the steal, Kalist pops on the hunt, the polymorph onto Nuke is what enables Kalist.
Ja, Olaf wurde die halt wasted, ne? Olaf wurde die halt sehr, sehr, sehr wasted.
Kalist again, having
Zumbi ist so ein Freak.
the McHales keeps him topped up, the blast cone to get into position, and Yehu flashing forward denies all follow-up. This was a game that came down to that duel. And again, it's just the pocket Lulu makes the difference.
Yahoo. Busio's shield as well. KC are in control. It's 2 dragons apiece. No objective up for a minute 30.
But look at the bottom side of the map. Immediately,
guys.
They're just going to try and move down. It's a negative 2,000 gold for that Rebel Baron power play. They want to get something back.
Gutes Scheduling. Achso, nix. Sehr lange Games to be fair. Sehr lange Games to be fair.
But one team has a Baron and the other does not.
That's right, Bukard is channeling it in. 45 seconds of it as well. KC are now committing to
Guys.
but this is going to be an inhibitor turret at the very least. Minions getting the push. Potential TP play, I would say, but that's only a scrying ward. There's no angle here. Shifters open up bottom inhibitor, and now the pings are going down to try and set up vision around this next dragon and control their waves.
A minute until that one is up and available. KC taking out onto the Rift, hoping to maybe catch Shifters in a reset here. But Kalis goes very far forward. He does not have support. I don't think he's been spotted with very few.
Sonjas bei Nuke. Macht er Damage?
Apart from that bot side.
Kannst mir irgendwie gar nicht vorstellen.
Not have GA. No GA for Yike either. Guardian Angel on the other side. I'm looking. I see none, but I see a full Zonius for Nuke. Speaking of items, there's 30 seconds till that Drake.
That's because Kalis already has that Guardian Angel on his shoulder and Busio.
Yeah,
again, just keeping him topped up. That is the focus. Yeah, who has the shields. Everything revolves around him. But on the opposite side, I mean, Rooster, 3 items now, working up towards that Warden's Mail as well. He's incredibly strong if he can get access to Kalis and chase him down.
Ja, OTP. Ja, aber ist okay. Ja, OTP.
Anything to be sniffed.
Und sie traden für Drake.
You can see the percentage HP damage that he could do.
Rooster looking to defend. It's Trimby on his side. It is going to be Dragon for Shifters, but losing Inhibitor turret's fine. Will they lose Inhibitor with it? Cassiopeia will shred down this Dragon, so no contest. No contest. Dragon down for Shifters. I would say
Wollen die auf Sivir Flash Timeout spielen, oder? Deswegen?
still tense, but now nothing.
Wahrscheinlich, oder? Es schreit alles nach, okay, wir geben, weil Sivir Flash braucht uns Playable.
That's not a very long time. It's enough to push out these waves, reset, and get back out onto the map.
So the question I have for you then is, if it's not a long time, what items make the difference here? Are there any breaking points?
Oh ja, BT wäre noch wichtig, ne? BT wäre noch wichtiger, aber ich glaube Flash ist wichtiger.
Mega carries. For Shifters, at least they got a few more options here. Again, like Rooster, very strong. Paduk now coming online massively as well. If you can get access to Kalis, you can get access to your wing condition. And for KC, it's about trying to keep this AD carry alive. Everything revolves around this Sivir.
Macht der Varus Schaden? Ich glaube auf Sion actually ja. Auf Kalis basic nicht.
Kalis has a BF sword, and that 7-item Sivir is almost complete. Nuke, blighting jewel. As Bukard has found out, look at Kalis' damage. That was on a tank. That was on a tank with 3.5 items. Might be support.
Und mit Stacks ja, auf Sion ja, auf Kalis schwierig.
KC hold the map. They're looking at how they can set up that inner tower in the bottom lane. We finally have a reprieve. Just sit and wait.
Yeah, KC are waiting because they're trying to get more gold into him. It looks like so we can reset and get an item. Not entirely sure what he wants to try and finish off, but definitely seems like they're trying to funnel a little bit of resources into this Sion.
Normalerweise ist Hexblade, Dusk und Dawn und dann keine Ahnung was noch. Riftmaker und so ein Scheiß. Das ist glaube ich der normale Hornet-Barus-Bild momentan. Nicht Full AP oder nicht into AP.
That's an important item. The crit negation, the slow, stride breaker and Randuin's, that's a sticking power that Olaf may change the game with. Can Shifters get their first series win against the top dogs of the league? Are KC going to find their first series loss, or can they get this across the finish line? 15
Rageblade oder so.
Maybe here we find out. Paranoia onto the Olaf.
Ulti Forsten für eine Defensive Ulti ist halt sehr gut. Wow! Wow! Oh mein Gott, Kalis hat gegrieft, oder? Oh, er lebt! GG! Oh! Sofort Busio on, by the way. I'm not joking. Sofort Busio on. Wenn Busi hier nicht MVP bekommt, ist komplett reported. Das war so krank von der Lulu. Jesus Christ, GG. Dank. Sofort Busio on.
The longest day I feel like we have on record in the LEC.
GG.
KC will remain victorious.